top teams facing off in big games under the lights. Friday Night Ice, the state of hockey's brightest tradition.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cottage Grove Ice Arena. Tonight, not just home to the Wolfpack, but also the Raptors of East Ridge High School. I am one very small piece of the Friday Night Ice team. My name is Peter Odney. I am your congenial host this evening alongside Mr. Tony Scott, a hockey genius. Tony, how are we feeling tonight?
I'm feeling like a genius, Peter. Thanks for the intro, and I'm excited for this game because rarely do you have two teams that share the same building every day at practice, and there's a built-in rivalry right there for the boys.
And they've somehow made it through this week without going to the mattresses with each other, at least according to their coaches. Tony, let's learn a little bit about East Ridge tonight. The Raptors 2-1 in this young season. What can you tell us?
Presents Friday Night Ice. Brought to you by...
Peter, I mean, we know they're leading scorers, which we'll run down here in a second, but I don't even think Coach Vogel is saying knows much about this team this early in the season.
No, some of these numbers are still a little fresh here. The leading scorers for the East Ridge Raptors, senior forward Chase Zuber with 4 assists. He's the leader in the clubhouse with 4 points.
He has no goals.
Junior forward Ivan Schmitz has 2 goals and 3 points, and the leading goal scorer is a kid named Matthew Kramer, who's got 3 goals.
He's a senior. Ivan Schmitz is a kid that we remember when he played Pee Wee AA for the Predators back in his good glory days of Pew's.
Yeah, the only stable piece right now is the goaltender Zane Lanahan. He's played every minute so far for the Raptors with a goals against average of 3.00 and a save percentage of .878.
I got a chance to meet Zane in the interview process. A really sharp young man. I think he's a very athletic player. He's going to be the difference in this game tonight. Zane goes, pitches a shutout or has a great game, Raptors will be in it.
What would you say if somebody asked you for a name that we haven't mentioned yet? Who's one player from this East Ridge team who might be able to put the puck in the net tonight?
Well, it's going to be one of the Conan brothers. You got little Lance, the sophomore, this big brother Blake. I think it could be the story of the night is the Conan brothers. Can the Conan brothers, not the Cohen brothers, can the Conan brothers become a big name here in Minnesota?
A little color here. What can you tell me about the uniforms that East Ridge is wearing tonight special for Friday Night Ice?
It's a brand new Gemini design, and I think Isaac and Velgersdijk had a lot to do with this jersey, actually. And to watch it on the ice, we loved it. We loved the Toronto Raptors look-alike.
Yes.
With the Raptors and with the tan look, it's a third jersey. The boys love it. We love it at YHH. Gemini loves it. Everybody's winning tonight with that uniform.
No, it might not be the true North, but East Ridge tonight representing the true East. Let's learn just a little bit more about these East Ridge Raptors.
Since being established in 2015, East Ridge High School has shared District 833 with Park of Cottage Grove and Woodbury, 2 high schools with more than 110 years of existence between them and a strong foothold in the community. The one commonality the Raptors share with their neighbors is fighting off the yearly draw from a pair of Catholic hockey powers.
As soon as I found out, I knew I wanted to play for East Ridge. I knew private schools and all that was out of the picture. So I knew once I was ready and once I was old enough, I'd be playing for East Ridge.
To make an early mark, the Raptors coaching staff implemented events designed to woo the young players in the area, and some of those memories are still ingrained in those players' minds.
I remember coming to skates. It was like a skate with the Raptors, and I was real young back then, and I just thought those guys were super cool. And I just thought one day I could be like them.
Growing up, I kind of only thought about going to Park until my older sister went to East Ridge, and it was kind of a new opportunity to me. And I looked into it, and I went to a couple Park games and a couple of East Ridge games, and East Ridge just had a different feel to it. It felt like the place I needed to be to succeed.
During East Ridge's brief hockey history, the program has managed to make a lasting impression on the players who have spent their high school hockey careers here.
Putting the jersey on for the first time, it gave me the feeling I was part of the family, and we were creating a culture my freshman year, and we wanted to go out there and win every game.
Those who have strapped on the black and Vegas gold in the early years have created an enticing atmosphere, full of the zest and zeal necessary to draw enthusiastic crowds.
The vision that I saw when I came and played here, there was a lot of older kids, obviously, and I thought it was just a lot of energy and just something that I wanted to be a part of as a culture.
Raucous fans and a firm resolve have laid the groundwork for the next generation of Raptors, some of whom are following their own flesh and blood into the program.
It's pretty cool following my oldest brother's footsteps. You know, he was number 11, I get to be number 11. And also following my middle brother, Blake. Following their path through high school and kind of like taking their spot and paving our way through high school.
While blood may be thicker than water, there's no doubt the East Ridge Raptors of today are primed to carry the mantle of those who came before them, and are already looking forward to what will come for the Raptors of tomorrow.
I think it gives you some sense of pride, being a part of something, trying to create something, especially for the younger kids coming up.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Wow, that was great. Tony, nice work doing the interviews there, getting some good answers out of our friends from East Ridge.
It's a good squad.
Alrighty, let's dive into Park of Cottage Grove. Tony, two familiar names at the top of the scoring list here for the Wolfpack, Owen Korkish and Gavin Moss. What can we expect out of that dynamic duo tonight?
You know, I've seen Gavin and Owen play since they were squirts. I saw him play in a squirt game against Rogers here about umpteen years ago when they were squirts, and not much has changed. Dynamic with the puck. They will hunt you down. They're going to be the Raptors tonight. They are predators out there on the ice. We're going to see a lot of those two on the ice tonight.
And just like a Wolfpack, they do tend to hunt in packs. This Park of Cottage Grove team so good at pressuring that puck. Another question I'd like to ask you, the goaltending. Now, Ada Miller and Henry Voss have split evenly through 2 games this season. Who do you think gets the start tonight?
I have no idea. I got the sheet here, and I don't have it. They didn't tell me. I forgot we had split goaltenders. Bad reporting on our part, but either way, the Cottage Grove will win with either.
It's been more than 3 decades since Park of Cottage Grove High School has made a section playoff final, and the Wolfpack
A great story how they got here, because one started in C's, and one has been an A-tender the whole way. So both are hungry, both are talented, and I think it's going to be fun to watch either one or both play tonight.
The Wolfpack coming into tonight's game with a record of 1-1, a 4-2 loss to Rosemount, and then a 9-1 win over Hastings. Tony, which version of the Wolfpack do we see tonight?
I think we're going to see the 9-1 team. They're going to come out flying tonight.
I think we will as well. This is a great time to let you learn a little bit more about the Park of Cottage Grove Wolfpack.
It's been more than 3 decades since Park of Cottage Grove High School has made a section playoff final, and the Wolfpack last made a section semifinal in 2013. Beyond the typical challenges that plague most inner-ring suburban hockey teams, 2 nearby private school programs stand firmly in the way of the Wolfpack making its first state tournament appearance. But it's not all doom and gloom on 80th Street in the Grove anymore. Enter longtime and ever-enthusiastic Cottage Grove resident and youth coach Jeff Korkish. The man known around town as Cork brings passion to the program in spades and takes a great deal of pride in playing a tough, blue-collar brand of hockey.
Korkish, our coach now, was our coach pretty much all the way up through youth hockey. So we've had a super tight group for a long time, and just starting with us building a program that can have success in the future, not just us now, but for the younger kids coming up.
Instilling that pride into the program didn't take long for the new coach. Having instructed many of the varsity players dating back to their squirt days, Coach Korkish knows how important it is to build his program at the grassroots level.
From like squirts on, been to every game, every home game, always like just watching Park go through, like all the kids coming in and out, the high school level, always like wanting to be there, play at the high school varsity level.
For some on the Wolfpack varsity, Park hockey has been in their blood since birth.
It was fun, growing up with my family. Me and my brothers always got along. They played at Park their whole lives. They've been fourth line, they've been JV, they've been varsity. So they've all worked hard, and they've been a big role model in my life.
Building a winning public school hockey program starts with a strong youth foundation. In Cottage Grove, the cornerstone building blocks are being set into place by master craftsmen.
I always go to the games, dream about being out there, seeing my brothers and sisters out there. And one day I hope it can just be me out there.
I came to these Park varsity games as a young guy, and now I'm here living out my dream.
One day, a trip to state will be a reality for the Wolfpack. It all starts with a good coach, a committed hockey community, and a dream.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
Hockey's a very unique sport. I would say it has this blend of toughness and athleticism, but by and large, really creativity. You have lots of great athletes, but you don't have lots of great hockey players, and the biggest separator is what they call hockey IQ, or intelligence, and that's the ability to really process information quickly, make decisions.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com to make an appointment today.
Is your business ready to tackle today's IT and cybersecurity challenges? At Cyber Advisors, we specialize in keeping companies secure and running smoothly. From proactive cybersecurity solutions to 24/7 IT support, we're here to help. Visit cyberadvisors.com/hockey for a free discovery call.
Welcome back, everyone. Now's the time of the program where we let you hear from the head coaches of these programs. Tony, you caught up with Eastridge head coach Dustin Vogel-Gesang earlier tonight. General thoughts?
He's excited. He's kind of emotional because it's like he's put a lot of time into this program over the last 8 years, and tonight it kind of gets all on display for the entire state. He's the president of the High School Coaches Association, so I'm sure there's a lot of his buddies out there kind of tune in from all over the state to kind of cheer him on to see how they do.
One of the all-time good guys in the Minnesota high school coaching scene. Now it's time to hear from Eastridge head coach Mr. Dustin Vogel-Gesang.
We're with Eastridge head coach Dustin Vogel-Gesang. Big night tonight, Friday Night Ice. How you doing tonight?
Excited. Yeah, really excited. Yeah, it's been a good week of practice and getting everything ready to go for tonight. It's going to be great.
So let's just talk. You're in your 8th season with the Raptors. Tell me what the program looks like today versus what it looked like when you took control of the reins.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see in the rink. We call it Raptorizing the rink.
Yeah, it wasn't a nice job.
There was a maroon stripe. It was all gray. There was none of our school colors in there 8 years ago. We've done all that with our great booster club. We've built a locker room. It's come a long ways in 8 years from that perspective of making this feel like a home for our kids.
It feels like a tough place to play.
It can be, yeah, for sure.
All right, speaking of playing, tonight, what are the keys to your guys' winning tonight versus Park Cottage Grove?
We're very young, so they got to get past what's outside the rink very quickly and get into the game and keep everything very, very simple. Like I said, we had a great week of practice. We're prepared, we're ready to go. And our big guys, they got to show up tonight. And they got opportunities to score. They got to put it in the net. And it's going to start with our goaltender. If he's good, we're going to be in it.
Yeah, you'll be in it. Okay, last question. You got a big show tonight. You know, the place is going to be packed. The band's going to be here. TV timeouts. There's going to be a lot of things going on in these kids' head. But as you look at this kind of from 10,000 feet, what's it mean to your program to have a game like this tonight?
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, we talked about it in our team meeting at 5 o'clock tonight. Just have fun. Like, enjoy this experience. There's a lot of stuff going on. We have, the great youth hockey hub here. Just have fun, because this stuff is not going to happen again for many people after they're done playing high school hockey. So we wanted them to enjoy it as much as possible. And the rink's going to be packed. It's a sellout crowd. We got our lights. We got fog. We got all kinds of cool stuff going on. Stuff between periods. We got little chippers, we call them. They're little raptors are coming out. So it's going to be an awesome night.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, and thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here.
Dustin Vogelsang from East Ridge High School.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
Is your business ready to tackle today's IT and cybersecurity challenges? At Cyber Advisors, we specialize in keeping companies secure and running smoothly. From proactive cybersecurity solutions to 24/7 IT support, we're here to help. Visit cyberadvisors.com/hockey for a free discovery call.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Another fantastic job on that interview, Tony. You got some good answers there out of Dustin.
Absolutely.
And then you got to take a moment or two with Park of Cottage Grove head coach Jeff Korkish. What do you think of the man they call Cork around town?
The cork is, there's only one. They broke the mold. They broke the cork with Jeff Korkish. He's a Canadian guy, if you couldn't pick that up on his accent. He's from Saskatchewan. Grew up on the eastern part of Saskatchewan. Played his college hockey with Rob Brammer and all those Moorhead guys at Concordia of Moorhead. And you could tell. The guy's a hockey guy through and through, and now he has this dream job, coaching in his hometown, in his hometown high school, coaching his son. He's got future sons coming up as well, so it's exciting to watch.
You couldn't ask for a better situation for the man they call Cork. You'll get an earful of his Canadian accent in a moment. We're going to hear from Park of Cottage Grove head coach, Mr. Jeff Korkish.
We're with Park Cottage Grove head coach Jeff Korkish in his second year leading the Wolfpack. How you doing tonight, bud?
Good, how are you?
Good. So you've coached high school hockey in the past, but never in your hometown here in Cottage Grove. Tell me what it's been like to lead in your hometown.
Well, let's say for us, we have just a bunch of excitement. You got 8 coaches I work with that are just so pumped to just make this thing as great as we can make it. You got a bunch of parents that we use all the time for their volunteering, and then the kids are just so excited for something like this. Our program was, in the 300s when I came in, when one was 4, my son was 4, who's now a senior. And now all these seniors are watching what's happened in the last 10, 12 years, and it's just, they've wanted this. We've talked to them about it for a long, long time, and so it's just a blast being a part of a group of people that want to build this for the kids and the way it should be for the community.
All right, what is the key tonight for the Wolfpack to beat the Raptors?
You just got to play with energy. You got to make sure we're composed, but play with energy. It's first 3 steps. We've got to be quick. We have to make sure we're going through bodies. We're not trying to cheat the game. We can't go through sticks just looking for pucks. We just got to make sure we play the game the way it's supposed to be played, and we'll be okay.
When you guys are buzzing tonight, what will it look like?
Well, hopefully feet are just moving. Feet are moving, and the guys away from the puck are reading, and they're anticipating. If we're not anticipating, anything can happen when you're slow, right? So we have to make sure that we're thinking about where the next play is going to go, offensively and defensively. If we can do that, then good things should happen.
Well, thanks for being here tonight, Jeff.
Absolutely, thanks for
Park
having me.
Cottage Grove looking for a big dub tonight against East Ridge.
Matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every brewpub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of brewpub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
Generally speaking, water is a better fluid to use to rehydrate with. A big part of the importance of hydration is hydrating before the race rather than during the race. So, the hydration before a long distance race in particular really starts the day before the race, probably almost 24 to 36 hours before the race to be completely hydrated.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Since 1933, 3 generations of Kozlaks have wined and dined Minnesotans with great food and impeccable service. Located in historic northeast Minneapolis, Jack's is open for happy hour, dinner, and a tasty weekend brunch. With a world-class bar and a spectacular outdoor patio, your dining experience will be both memorable and delicious.
Welcome back, folks. We'll be signing off in a few minutes, but not before we chew a little more on some numbers here.
There's
Tony,
a lot of them.
Let's start again with East Ridge. As we said during the earlier part of our show, 2-1 on this young season. A 6-0 loss to Rosemount, followed by wins over Rochester Mayo 4-2 and Mankato West 4-1. Tony, is it too early in the season to really draw any conclusions about a very young Raptor lineup?
No, I think what you see now tonight in Friday Night Ice, what you'll see in the section playoffs will be 2 different teams. I mean, they're young. They're very few upperclassmen. I think the key tonight is to watching that top line. Schmitz and Conan and Miller. That's going to be the key. How much goal production can they get out of those guys?
And hopefully they get something out of the second line or the third line, because this is going to be a dogfight here with Park of Cottage Grove. A couple of extra numbers here for you. The Raptors have allowed 4 of 9 goals this season in the third period. In your opinion, what do they have to do to avoid a late game breakdown?
Well, I think they just got to stick to their system. They've been in practice now for 3 or 4 weeks. I think once they can get their defined system and follow it, that'll be the key to the game.
And as they get older, they will get some more seasoning, and they'll be more ready to hang on in these late games, because this one could come down to the wire.
I think for sure. I think the goaltending, I talked about it earlier in the broadcast. If you take a look at it, that'll be the key to this game. Will they get a top-notch performance of a lifetime from Zane Lenahan?
All righty. Last season, Park of Cottage Grove came out on top in both matchups by scores of 4-0 and 2-1. This East Ridge team was 3-7 last year in games decided by 2 goals or fewer. Do you think we're going to see another low-scoring, tight game tonight?
I think just the opposite. I think we're gonna light this place on fire tonight. We're gonna lift the roof off with a sold-out rink.
Well, I hope so. I hope we burn a few bulbs out of that nice new scoreboard here. Let's learn a little bit more about Park of Cottage Grove. We already mentioned Owen Korkish and Gavin Moss. I know there's a player, Gavin Sand, on there. He can really fly when he gets going. Is there anyone else on the Park of Cottage Grove roster that we should keep an eye on?
Well, I think you're talking about the goaltending. And that's to me the mystery tonight. Who's starting in net and how well can they defend that top line of East Ridge?
And the Wolfpack trying to replace Jackson Rude, who did transfer this past offseason to St. Thomas Academy. It's a little bit more scoring by committee here. Jackson Rude had 51 points last year, and the Wolfpack still looking for a couple of other pieces to fill that gap.
Piecing it all together for sure, no question about it. You know, when you look at that second line with DeStasio, who plays both forward and D, and Wilhelmy, that'll be the key. I think if they get a couple points out of those guys, watch out for the Wolfpack tonight.
It reminds me a little bit of a Moneyball style approach when Billy Bean says we need to replace Jason Giambi, and there is no Jason Giambi available.
Correct.
The Wolfpack tapping into their second and third lines for extra scoring. Like the Raptors, the Wolfpack not at their best in the third period. They've allowed 4 of 5 goals this season in the final frame. So is it going to come down to who gets the faster start, considering they can't put it away in the third period?
Well, I think the third period is going to be the key to this, to be honest with you, Peter, because the team that can, change up the normal and have a great third period will end up winning this hockey game.
Now, throughout this process, during all the research and the interviews off the ice, what did you learn about these two teams? It might be one of the most underrated rivalries in the state.
Well, what I think, besides obviously sharing the same building, but they're both builders. Both coaches are building towards the future, right? And a game like this shines the light on them and makes it attractive to play for East Ridge. It makes it attractive to play for Park Cottage Grove and not to go one of the 3 privates. Let's be honest. You just talked about Jackson Rude. The goal is to bring out these kids and play here. And I think tonight will be a night to showcase that.
Hey, sometimes you got to have a circus to get somebody to show up. Tonight is going to be a very special evening for these two teams. We've got the light show going on. We've got Park of Cottage Grove that has just taken the ice. For those of you at home who do not know, these two programs also share a school district, District 833.
And the same hockey association in many of them. There's a lot to share. There's a lot to love. There won't be a lot of love in these stands tonight, but it's going to be a blast. I'm excited to see this all come undone here tonight.
I'm excited too. We hope you're excited at home as well. The smoke is starting to cover the ice. I think that might be a good time for us to sign off here from the broadcast booth. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We're going to be back in a few minutes with the puck drop. Park of Cottage Grove taking on East Ridge here on Friday Night Ice.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Welcome to Cottage Grove. We have a fun night in store for you here on Youth Hockey Hub Friday Night Ice. Jeff Pappas with you with a call. You're looking at the starting lineups for Park Cottage Grove. 1-1 the Wolfpack, and they take on the East Ridge Raptors with a record of 2-1. And Tony Scott, this is more than a backyard rivalry. These teams share the same building. If they play the reverse fixture, you'd go about 50 yards that way. Cottage Grove is playing a road game tonight within sight of its own grounds.
It's on their whole school grounds. We're at the Cottage Grove High School parking lot right now.
Yes. And we're getting the starting lineups for the Wolfpack. Aiden Miller will get the start in goal.
Which was a big question whether he would start or Henry Voss. They played even minutes.
Aiden Miller, 1 loss on the season, 3 goals on 36 shots. Goals against average is easy to figure. You do the math. 91.7 is the save percentage. And we'll get the East Ridge starting lineup. Zane Lanahan expected to get the start in goal for them. And that would, in fact, be the case. Lanahan is 2-1, 9 goals on 74 shots. His goals against average is 3.0, and a save percentage 87.8. What jumps out at you here, Tony, as you look at these teams?
I think it's the athleticism of both teams. They don't have the gaudy records of the state top rankings, but they've got a lot of great athletes, a lot of multi-sport kids who can play other things, do other things. You're going to show a lot of athleticism on both sides.
And, of course, well, they do it right here on the East Ridge side of the building. There's spotlights, there's strobes. Visiting players take penalties. They wind up on a spotlight.
Yeah.
It's an interesting experience. This is one of the very few buildings in the Twin Cities I've never been to.
Well, welcome to
thank you.
Grove.
It's nice to be here. This is a fun experience, and it should be a good hockey game on top of it. Now we got the starting lineups introduced, and we'll get the national anthem and get this game underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now ask that you please stand as you are able and remove your of the Star Spangled Banner. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for some technical difficulties.
You know, Tony, I think if they have more technical difficulties, Robin should sing it himself.
I think so, especially a Canadian guy from Winnipeg. But he was an All-American goaltender at Bemidji State.
Yes, he is well familiar.
I've
think
said
he's got
this,
a great voice.
I've said it a few times. He is the best PA announcer in Minnesota, and that including Adam Abrams at the Minnesota Wild. I think he would be the best. He is the best choice, and we got him here at YHH. we'll have him as long as we could possibly can hang on to him.
Robin is a great guy.
In the pregame, we talked about a Moneyball line about Jason Giambi.
Yeah.
One day we will not have our Jason Giambi, which is Robin Cook. We'll lose him eventually, but we're going to use him as long as we can. He's
Robin is tremendous. I just love him to death, and he and I had an issue last year. We talked about the song "I Want to Ride the Zamboni."
Yeah.
I told him every arena that I've been to plays it.
Yeah.
And it was driving me crazy. So what does he do first time I walk in the building? He plays it in an empty building when I walk in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the
I love
sense
stuff
of humor
like
the
that.
man's got. But Robin is wonderful. All right, we're ready to go. It'll be the Wolfpack in the green, heading left, right. Nice job on the uniforms.
Yeah,
they got
nice.
the socks are right and the whole bit.
Everything's right.
Oh, it's
Everything's
perfect.
right.
All right, we are ready to go. Blake Conan facing off for Eastridge and against Owen Korkish for Park, and it's into the Wolfpack zone from the face-off and played back behind the net. Luke Dahlstrom goes down on a check, but the Wolfpack win the war, and they bring it out to the near side. Gavin Moss over the line, and that is Max Kaplan. Puck knocked off his stick and back behind the Eastridge goal. With Tony Scott, Jeff Pappas with you here tonight from Cottage Grove Arena. Here's a shot, and a save made off Korkish by Zane Lanahan. It goes off to the right boards. Eastridge defender falls behind the net, comes to the point, and we get a whistle, and there is a reason he fell. That's the first penalty of the game. And it is going to go against Owen Korkish.
That's not usually Owen's game. I don't think I've ever seen Owen Korkish in the penalty box. And I've seen Owen play. I've coached Owen. I know Owen. He's probably just came out a little too excited, right, Jeff?
Very possibly. 36 seconds of the first period, the time of the penalty, and a power play for Eastridge. They're 1 for 12 so far in their first 3 games. That is 8%, and I'm sure they'd like to improve that. Starting right now, Thomas Halverson into the high slot. We get a whistle.
Got an equipment failure. The Bratz mask came undone.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got to leave the ice for a shift.
And the spotlight shines on Korkish in the penalty box. That is his 3rd minor penalty in 3 games.
Wow. Uncharacteristic.
And movement on the far side by the Eastridge wing, and that's going to do a redrop.
Do they keep the light on the guy in the box the entire time?
You know what? I don't know, but I saw they turned it off in the JV game, but that's got to be bright. Take a look at, and now played back.
If it is, it's kind of funny if you ask me.
Well, it is. I think it might be a little excessive.
Oh, yeah, it's very excessive.
Roughing is the penalty on Korkish at 36 seconds. Park's penalty kill 6 out of 7 so far in the 2 games that they have played. That's 85%. Small sample size, though, and here's Schmitz on to face off for the Raptors to the right of Aiden Miller. And it's played to the left point. Conan now, or Malachi McMorrow, excuse me, number 11. Now here's a shot, and that's blocked. And Eastridge will maintain control. Lance Conan high in the slot, feeds to the near circle. And the Raptors will work it around. Conan high in the slot, throws it in front, and it comes up the slot. He plays it down. That'll be a hand pass when they touch it, and it's blown down. Face-off will come all the way back. 1:17 to go in the power play. We played 1:19 of the first period. Just underway here from Cottage Grove Arena. And if you go over to the, what is it, the South Rink? Is that where Park plays? This is the West Rink.
North.
The North Rink. Okay. Whole different setup, obviously, but this place is decked out.
They have a 3-on-3 rink. I'm not sure what they call that. Somewhere in between.
Caden Schwartz plays it back behind the goal for the Raptors. Eastridge gaining control on the near side, just about halfway through their power play. And they will go back behind the net. Pass to the near side for Schmitz. Plays it cross ice. Nice pass, and they break in on the right. Here's a shot that whizzes wide of the goal from Blake Conan, and it winds up coming all the way back. Lance Conan will chase it down, and he'll ring the net. 45 gone, or remaining in the power play, and over the line. Here comes Schmitz. Comes to the near circle and puts on the brakes, tries to feed the point. Got it back, now drops it across. And here's Blake Conan. And he is in the far side corner, clearing around to the near side. And finally it's picked up there and played to the line, and finally out to center, and Kaplan has it, and he plays it ahead. Smart penalty killing there as he just shoots it down the rink, and it's picked up there by Halverson as East Ridge's power play has 12 seconds left in it. Gets past the first man. Kaplan chasing him down as he comes over the line. Halverson then lost it at the moment of truth, and it comes towards the left point, and it's swung around behind by Matthew Taverna as the penalty is over, and teams are at 5 aside. Here's a shot from the face-off circle, and a glove catch made by Aiden Miller.
Well, Miller's the lefty goaltender, and he seems to be very calm in the net today, despite a sold-out crowd here at Cottage Grove Arena.
I love the atmosphere here. I can tell you that. If they had a grandstand on the far side, it might be full too.
Yeah, well, we turned away another 800 fans who wanted to get in, but it's been sold out for a couple days now.
That's impressive.
Yeah, we turned away the band as well.
Really?
Yeah, today they were planning to be here, and they got here, and the Cottage Grove Arena wouldn't let them in. So we are short a band, which we were promised. Part of the deal here tonight, but it's okay. Life goes on.
Puck comes to center ice, and it's played ahead by Quentin Wilhelmi, 19. Now drop back, Zane Dostal. Throws it to the left as the Wolfpack get a line change, and it's shot on into the zone behind the net. Nate Schlebeck around on the near side for Eastridge, loose along the wall. Players from both teams in. Right now a 4-car pileup along the boards, and the puck leaks to the side of the goal. Around behind, Dwyer takes a hit, and the puck comes out to center. Eli Daly over the line. Daly gets to the circle, tries to center it, and it comes to the point, and then trying to play it down was Jack Kennedy. And might have had a shot there. Puck comes out to center ice.
That was all set up by Daly. A really quick pass, a no-look pass right on the stick.
Now played ahead by the Raptors and into the zone. Hughes, and he's still got it. Good at strength. Is tipped right on goal, and the rebound comes out. I was trying to say strong on his skates, and then he put a shot on goal that caused a momentary panic in front of the Wolfpack goal. It's cleared the length of the ice, and back for it for Eastridge is Bowden Methvin, number 10. Now Park getting it behind the net, a centering pass, and a shot right on. Good chance there from DeStasio, and now we have a little afters there in the Eastridge zone. Just a good, quick attempt there, Tony.
If someone asked me to define puck luck, Lenahan just got some puck luck there. That thing dropped, went right behind him. It was going in the net, and somehow it got underneath it, right under the pad. Watch this shot on. He doesn't have it.
No, he doesn't.
It goes right under his pad, and he covers just in time.
Wow. Face off to his left, and Lanahan sleeping the sleep of the reprieved as it comes out to center ice. And picked up there by Schwartz for Park, and he shoots it in. Lanahan lets it go through to the far side. And here's Gavin Moss playing it beside the goal. And Park works the perimeter. And now over to the far side. Here's a shot by Schwartz. Goes off the traffic. And Park controlling. They come to the circle. And now a pass is intercepted, and Park with a job on to hold the puck as it comes over to the far side. And now Moss playing it ahead, and Eastridge will gain possession. We have a penalty coming called by the backside official. Someone's going for interference, and it's going to be on Park. Here's a chance beside the goal. Lance Conan swings around. Now the puck is touched, and we'll get the penalty. And we'll see who it's on. Going to be on the Wolfpack again.
He hasn't identified him yet.
A hooking penalty has been called, and it's against Korkish. Time of the penalties, 4:51. Second power play for the Raptors. They're still scoreless, and now they have the puck at the right point. Over to the near side, Halverson. Shot, blocker save, rebound laying there. Cleared away to the near side, and now the Wolfpack with DeStasio will clear it all the way down the ice. Now played ahead, lying loose at neutral, and Daly will shoot it back in. And Eastridge will have to retreat for it. Halverson around on the far side as forecheck for Park. Holds them up a little bit, and over the line come the Raptors. Chase Zuber laying it off to the far side. Braden Bratt's going in for it for Eastridge. Now play to the right point, and they hold it in. Halverson closing in, takes the shot. That's blocked by Brady Seamer, and it shot the length of the ice. And that's the first half of the power play gone. Just over 11 minutes to play in the first period. And the Raptors try the far side, rink wide to the near. And it's picked up there by Schmitz, and he takes a crunching hit against the boards, but they center it, and a shot taken there by Hank Hughes, and a stick save for Miller. Eastridge, Schmitz at the left point to the circle, and that is Blake Conan throwing it in front, and a glove save for Aiden Miller, who does look sharp tonight, Tony.
He has made it look easy. He has made it easy. I have a little factoid here for you.
Okay, lay it on me.
Okay, we have 4 on the bench today for Park Cottage Grove. We have Adam Polotchuk, a former Wolfpack skater. They were a different name back in the olden days. And look on here, the athletic director for Eastridge High School, Sarah Polotchuk. That would be his wife. We have a rivalry not only on the ice, but we have a rivalry between the AD and the assistant coach for Cottage Grove.
Bragging rights at stake, certainly. And the puck to Hank Hughes in the near circle. 30 in the power play. Here's a shot that goes off the defense from Lance Conan and wide. He has it at the near point. Feeds it over to the far side. And a cross-ice pass to the near circle for Hughes. And he's taken in against the boards. Puck comes free. And now players from both teams will try to dig it out. 10 seconds in the power play. Comes to the near circle. And the Raptors' Miller throws it across to the right point. Now high in the slot, Lance Conan. Near circle, Hughes throws it across. Here's a shot, they score! And right as the power play expired, and the Raptors get the first goal of the game. Blake Conan, I believe that is.
Blake Conan, absolute laser on a pretty backdoor feed there from the Raptors, number 21.
Hank Hughes.
Hank Hughes.
Blake Conan's second goal. And it comes at 6 minutes and 54 seconds, so it is not a power play goal.
Technically.
And Eastridge has the lead, 1-0. Here they come again. Let's get the announcement from Mr. Cook.
Assistant number 11, Lance Conan, and number 4, Ivan Schmitz.
Lance Conan and Schmitz are being given.
Yeah, we saw it. We saw Hughes make that pass.
We did.
We had the pleasure of instant replay. I didn't know who made the pass, and we got the instant replay as we were announcing it going in.
So who do you believe, Robin Cook or your lying eyes?
I believe my eyes.
Now centered, and Eastridge there to pick it off, and a backhanded clear will get past the Wolfpack defender Dahlstrom. It's an icing call. 9:18 to go in the first period officially. Well, we'll take a break before we come back with that. 1-0 Eastridge. Friday Night Ice coming your way here on the Youth Hockey Hour.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy.
Play behind the net from the
At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians.
A delay in the play. We can get that commercial break in. Play behind the net now on the near side, and the Wolfpack Carcass tries to play it ahead and comes to naught. Now along the near boards to the right point. Daly takes a shot. It's off the glass. And now to the far side, the Raptors will pick it up. They throw it in front of their own goal. It's laying there and controlled now by Griffin Bonk. 26, long pass ahead. And that will be icing on the Raptors as they're not able to catch up to it. 8:45 to go, coming up on the halfway mark of the first period in a 1-0 game. Here from Cottage Grove Arena, the home of both the Raptors and the Wolfpack. Face off to the right of the East Ridge goal. And that's Emmett Opichka on now for the Wolfpack. He will do battle with Blake Conan. Now back behind the goal. They'll play for it in the corner. And now the Wolfpack get it. Centering pass. Swatted away from Opichka by the goaltender. Now down the near wing. Here comes Eastridge. Schmitz tried to play it between the skates of Zane Dostal. Now trying to pick it up behind the net as he's pinned to the boards. And now it's fed over to the far corner. Centering pass comes up the slot. And Nate Schlebeck feeds it off to the far side, loose in the circle, and the Wolfpack pick it up and come out. Here's Nick Bailey over the line behind the play. We had a rather chaotic line change there for the Wolfpack, and over the line comes Schmitz.
It was like they weren't ready, Jeff.
Kind of like, but they got it done, and that's what matters. Now played back into the Eastridge zone, and then turned around and cleared by Dwyer, and that's going to get back into the zone as Eastridge trying to finish a change now. And played off to the left side and back into the park zone is Dahlstrom. Would you like to see that change take place a little further up
I
ice?
think so.
Okay. Now behind the goal. It's played around on the near side for Logan Bashan for the Wolfpack. It's loose in skates and now picked up, carried right back in by Taverna for Eastridge. His shot goes wide, rebound off the end boards, and the first player to it was Hank Hughes, and Aiden Miller got post to post to make a stop.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
He was nonchalant about that.
Who was?
Miller was.
Yeah?
He was like, oh, yeah, it's back here. All of a sudden, it's like 6 inches in front of the pipe.
So it's a quick game, right? So
yeah.
Face-off coming up now to the right of Aiden Miller. And it's Blake Conan, the goal scorer, on for Eastridge. He'll face off against Gavin Sand, and the ball off to the left side and played out now. And here is DeStasio. He plays it in, and it's offside. So we'll do it again. The neutral
was offsides by like 6 feet. They were trying to call that a delayed offsides. I'm like, that is not a delayed offsides. You know, crazy.
It's offside in any event, and they'll get a face-off back outside the blue line. Same two centermen. Sand wins this draw, and it's played on into the Eastridge zone. Round to the near circle, and loose in the circle. Finally, the Raptors will pick it up and flip to center ice. Daly across to the far side for Jack Kennedy, and he plays it into the Eastridge zone and heads for the bench. And now we got a player that's broken his stick for Cottage Grove. It's Sand, and he's heading off. Now Eastridge Schmitz to the near corner. And now it'll run behind the net, picked up there by Korkish on the far side, and he is trapped by Emery Miller off to the boards, carrying on Schwartz behind the net. Out the near side. And now a pass to Schmitz again at center ice. And they come over the line. Schmitz fires, and off the goaltender Lanahan and just wide. And another shot from the left point. That winds up blocked by the traffic. And the puck comes out to center as Ivan Schmitz took the shot, now has the puck behind the goal. Leaves a pass there. Now outlet pass, and here comes Park down the near wing. Max Kaplan into the circle. Comes around behind the goal. Kaplan still in possession, now feeds around on the far side. And it's going to come to the hash mark. Players from both teams in. Now behind the net, Moss looking to center it and still looking. Now he throws it back behind the net, and they'll race for it there. 5:40 to go in the first period. And now out to center it comes. Rink-wide pass and a race for it. Picked up there by Dostal for the Wolfpack. He goes behind the goal. Comes to the near side, and it's controlled by Opichka. Plays to center, and over the line comes Dostal. And then he is stripped of the puck by Hank Hughes. And they clear it off the wall, and that's going to come back into the zone.
The Raptors are doing a great job of cutting off the Wolfpack right at the blue line every time they enter the zone.
Now, loose puck and a backhander ahead out to center ice, played back in with a player offside. They tag up and take care of that. Just over 5 minutes now to go in the opening period. The puck will come to the blue line, and here comes Opitchka feeding it over to the near side, and then he chases after it, a shot, and that goes wide. Actually, it was Bailey. And it goes to the corner and now cleared on out to center ice. And that's going to get past the defender and come all the way back. Goaltender out to play it. Miller up to the near side, and it's Sand trying to backhand one ahead. Gets it over the line, and DeStasio is pinned in against the boards, and it comes out to center. Shot back in by the Wolfpack's Kennedy. And now they'll try to enter the zone on the right side again, and they try to pick it up along the wall, and it's DeStasio going in there. Now he has it behind the net. DeStasio centers it, and Sand couldn't get to it. Now played on out to center, and Park will regroup with 4:15 to go in the first period. Played back into the East Ridge zone, and the Raptors try to get it to center, and there's Dahlstrom coming back in for Park. On the far side, he goes in, and then he staples Ivan Schmitz to the boards. Now the puck picked up low left, and now here's a drop pass to the point, and a shot goes wide from Caden Schwartz. Now loose in the slot, and Schwartz tried to work his way through. Now to the near side corner, throws it behind the net. Good shift for Park here as it winds up in the corner, and a hit thrown behind the goal. Now cleared out towards the near side for Dahlstrom at the right point, and he plays it down. Here's a shot from the circle, and Korkish put one off the goaltender. Might have caught a piece of pipe there too. I don't know. It sounded like it, and here's Moss from the left point shooting. That's saved. Rebound up the slot, and the Raptors pick it up. And they come on out to center, and it's shot on in by Emery Miller. They get a change they could use as the puck comes behind the goal, and Moss controls for the Wolfpack. Past Kaplan, it comes all the way into the East Ridge zone, and Seymour chasing it. Goaltender beats him to it, plays it to the near corner. And now Seymour going after it, winds up behind the net. And again, they're going to put pressure on that deep forecheck, comes to the left point. Here's a shot by Malachi McMorrow, and that winds up going off the traffic, and then it's cleared all the way back. And that'll be an icing call against Eastridge with 2:55 to go. And we'll take another timeout here from Cottage Grove here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Back at Cottage Grove Arena, you know, watching Robin with the referees, there's two PA guys that jump out at me. One is Dick Stanford.
Oh, yeah.
Old North Stars PA announcer was wonderful. And the other one is a guy named Charlie Pillsbury.
Who's that?
He was the guy that did high school games at the Duluth Arena from its opening in 1966 for about 40 years. And I always thought, how many cigarettes do I have to smoke to get a voice like that? As the puck comes
What a save by Lanahan.
and that Lanahan with a nice say. I'll never forget the night that he was asked to call a penalty. The penalty was called for checking the goaltender in the privileged area.
Yes.
Wow. He couldn't quite figure out what the
that
check in
meant.
the crease was what it was. And it came out a check in the private area.
I like that.
Yes,
I
and
like
he
that.
became legend after that.
I like that. I got
in
a
the
couple
city of
others for
Duluth.
you. I got one for you.
Okay.
Dave Wright.
Aha, my friend Dave Wright.
We're talking high school. That's one of the most legendary voices
Yes.
we'll ever hear.
Good friend Dave Wright.
Yeah,
And
Hamlin University.
That's right.
Dave
He was
Wright, yes.
sports information director at my
Yes.
place of employment for some years. And a good friend.
One of the best.
Face-off coming to the left of Zane Lanahan, and it comes down to the corner Finally played out, and the Raptors will bring it to center ice through Blake Conan as he goes down on a hit. And it's offside as the puck is brought in by Emery Miller.
Miller got in just a little early there.
He did.
Dave Wright's story is incredible. We did a podcast with him during COVID, and he was an orphan in Michigan. And through his parish, they got him to the University or St. Thomas College at the time.
I'll be a son of a gun.
And he worked his way through in the sports information world his entire life. He's a fascinating story and a wonderful man.
And a great guy, absolutely. And here comes Park over the line. Schwartz comes in and shoots. Lanahan saves, and a face-off, 2:27 to go. I met him, 30 years ago?
I met Dave Wright in the penalty box at Bloomington Ice Guard. My brother was playing for St. Olaf, and he was doing the PA. And he goes, hey, young man, can you help me with these pucks? I helped him the entire tournament. I was Dave Wright's assistant. The entire they had the turkey preview over at Bloomington Ice Garden.
Yes.
And guess who's taking that Bloomington Ice Garden 30 years later? Youth Hockey Hub is every Thanksgiving.
There you go. Yeah, Dave and Dick Jonkowski.
Yeah, there's another one.
Now the puck comes out to the
Polish Eagle.
I
know them all.
That I've never heard. That I've never heard before.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah, legend, obviously. Now here's Park back with Kennedy shooting it into the zone. And now the puck runs towards the slot. Finally knocked on out to center. And then shot back in by Kennedy. Played around behind the goal. And Eastridge now will try the near side. That's held in at the point by DeStasio. He throws it in front, and a shot right on. Puck loose, Lanahan down, and the puck is somehow off to the left boards. There's a shot. Lanahan out of the play, and Kennedy missed the net. Now played around behind on the near side. It's picked up and relayed on out to center by Braden Bratz. And then he heads for the bench on a change, minus his stick, which is laying in the center circle. Which is
golden opportunities for the Wolfpack.
Yes,
right there.
They are scrambling and playing hard. Now loose in the zone, we get a whistle, and we get a hand pass call to come all the way back. Shots on goal are 6-4 for Eastridge.
That was a fantastic call by the referee because he clearly played that with the hand pass, and it actually generated a goal-scoring opportunity for the Raptors.
So blown dead, and we'll take a draw all the way back to the right of Zane Lanahan. With minute 26 to go in the period. Eastridge playing Roseville on Saturday, and Roseville impressed me, frankly, at
for sure
at the last Friday night ice against Holy Family. Now played on out to center, and here's Zane Dostal playing it back into the Eastridge zone. That's going to be an icing call, but yeah, I was very impressed with the skill level, especially that I saw from Roseville.
What I liked about them is they play with an edge. Speaking of Hamlin University,
yes,
Hamlin's second all-time leading scorer, Scott Steffen. We learned that in the interview pregame with Coach Steffen. We also did a full podcast with him on Sunday as well. One thing about this, like, you know, we can do the Kirk Giles and Bill Lechner interviews all day long, but you know, it's fun to put the light on the other teams that are lacing the skates up and taping their sticks like everybody else.
Yes. And these two teams certainly qualify in that regard. Face off to the right of Miller. And it's played to Halverson at the left point. He goes down the wall. And Schmitz is knocked in against the boards, and the Wolfpack come back on the near side. Kaplan over the line as we hit the last minute of play. And now loose into the corner as Robin calls the last minute of play. Now the puck to the circle, a shot that's off the traffic and out to center, and a nice job there by the Park defender DeStasio of keeping the puck. Now over the line, here comes Karkish, and then he's dispossessed. Puck comes back out to center, and Dahlstrom with 34 seconds to go feeds it across to the far side, and Schwartz hits the Eastridge line, comes to the circle, is forced behind the net, comes out the near side, drops it to the right point, and Dahlstrom down low on the far side, throws it in front, and it comes all the way through to the near side. Here's Schwartz with 16 seconds to go. Now behind the net, a centering pass, sharp-angled shot by Schmitz as they tried to reverse it around behind the net. Now cleared over to Dahlstrom on the far wall, and the Raptors pick it up with 4 seconds to go, and will flip the puck in on goal. Bouncing puck, and it goes off of Miller, and that's the end of the first period. Our score is 1-0. for East Ridge. The only goal, Blake Conan at 6:54, just after the expiration of a power play, and they outshoot the Wolfpack by 7-5 in the first period.
Great start for East Ridge. It's exactly what they needed to do to stay in this game. We will be going downstairs with Coach Dustin Vogelgesang and Marissa Voss. Ice side.
Looks
no,
like
we're not. I'm getting called off right now. We're waiting 1 second till they get prepared.
I think we need
Now
a
they're
camera.
prepared. They got the
There we
cameras
go.
There we go. We'll go downstairs to Marissa and Dustin Vogelgesang.
Marissa Voss here, bench side, alongside East Ridge head coach Dustin Vogelgesang. Now you have the 1-0 lead after the first period of play, but really, how do you go into the second period, build momentum, and just get it to 2-0, maybe even 3-0?
Yeah, I think there's some more plays that we can make with the puck, especially coming out of our zone. We're throwing it a little bit. Again, we're young, and our kids are never played in this atmosphere before, so they're a little nervous still. That goal was huge for us, big power play goal to kind of settle us in a little bit. But I thought as the game wore on, I thought Park kind of took it to us a little bit. It played in our end more, and we just got to settle back down and play like we know how to play.
A lot of great plays from your goaltender late in the second period as the Wolfpack was peppering. How do you kind of keep that going and really keep down and lock down on defense?
Yeah, I said in a pregame interview, he's going to have to be the difference. And so far, the first period, he was.
All right, thanks, Dustin, and good luck in the rest of the game.
Thank you.
That was Dustin, East Ridge head coach, and now we are going to send it to our lovely sponsors. Stay tuned, and we will be right back with Friday Night Ice, presented by Luther Auto.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the broadcast booth. We're between the first and the second periods here from Cottage Grove Ice Arena. East Ridge leading Park of Cottage Grove 1-0 after the first period. I've got Tony Scott here, color man extraordinaire. Tony, what are you seeing from up top?
I'm seeing a lot of sloppy play. I think both teams have given up a lot of golden opportunities in front of the net. I think both teams could have 2 or 3 goals, and there's only 7 shots on goal. What does that tell you, Peter?
That there's been a lot of whistles. It doesn't feel like there's a ton of flow to this game.
Correct.
Park of Cottage Grove takes 2 penalties very early in that first period.
Both by Owen Korkish, which keeps him off the ice for 4 of the 17 minutes.
So even if you don't give up a goal on the penalty kill, you're still wasting your best player's energy trying to kill a penalty. That's how Eastridge got its first goal. Blake Conan on the goal with the assist going to Ivan Schmitz and Lance Conan. Tony, I can't tell. What was prettier?
First of all, it was not. It was from Hughes, made a beautiful pass.
It was from Hughes.
They gave credit to Lance Conan. The 11 versus 21. We saw it live here on the air. It was for sure his. They will rectify that in the score sheet tomorrow, I'm sure.
Alrighty, well, there's a nugget for Hughes. It was a beautiful pass. What did you like better, the shot or the pass? Each of them could end up on the Sports Center top 10.
I think the pass is always better than the shot, for sure. It was a beautiful pass. Got to give Hughes some credit.
Now, what did you see from up here? We were down in the corner, and we saw the net kind of sliding off its moorings. I think it was one of those plays where
on the goal itself,
the shot was already going forward when the net slid off.
Controversy here, Peter?
No, I'm not creating controversy. I'm not creating
controversy.
Controversy at all.
I did not see it. It looked like a clean goal from here, and all I concentrated on is who was that pretty pass from? And I found 21 on the instant replay. I'm like, it was Hughes.
Now, coming into the first period, I thought I would have given the edge to Park of Cottage Grove, given the talent that both teams have to work with. But Eastridge staying within itself, moving the puck around. Zane Lanahan has stood tall in the net. He's only faced 5 shots, but he's stopped everything he's needed to.
I will say this. The key to this game right now is the zone entries that Eastridge is putting up a roadblock there on the blue line. Can they do that for all 3 periods? If they do, this will be a close game.
Well, I think, and Park of Cottage Grove is getting pressure. There were 2 instances where the net came off down in the Eastridge end, and we had to blow the whistle, we had to stop, we had to line up for another face-off. They're getting to that blue paint, but Eastridge has not broken yet.
I think the defense for Eastridge has been the key to this game so far. They've been the ones that have been able to dictate pace in all 3 zones.
Oh, well, they're going to need to continue doing so if Eastridge is going to hang on to this lead. As we said in the pregame show, that the second and third periods have been less kind than the opening frame for each of these teams. Do you think that's something we'll see going forward?
I think we will. I said it earlier. I think this game is going to get more and more open as the game progresses.
I think it will, too. Both teams seem to be full of good energy so far. I haven't noticed any injuries on either bench. Have you up here?
No, nothing really major. The only injury I saw was to a stick. Did you see the broken stick?
I did, and I saw the player throw it. I saw
but the way he threw it was crazy. He threw that thing. It was like 5 feet away from the ref. What if he throws it and drills the ref?
Yeah.
That was really, really dangerous.
It is. That's something that we will discuss when we come back after our first break. That's something we'll discuss is the emotion of Park of Cottage Grove. Can the Wolfpack rein it in here in this rivalry game? But first, you're going to hear from our wonderful sponsors.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
Hockey's a very unique sport. I would say it has this blend of toughness and athleticism, but by and large, really creativity. You have lots of great athletes, but you don't have lots of great hockey players, and the biggest separator is what they call hockey IQ or intelligence, and that's the ability to really process information quickly, make decisions.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com to make an appointment today.
Is your business ready to tackle today's IT and cybersecurity challenges? At Cyber Advisors, we specialize in keeping companies secure and running smoothly. From proactive cybersecurity solutions to 24/7 IT support, we're here to help. Visit cyberadvisors.com/hockey for a free discovery call.
Welcome back, everyone. We're being treated to a bit of a light show here at intermission. Shout out to our senior executive producer, Mr. Greg Tinty. He has 3, I believe those are iPhone flashlights on our faces right now. Thank you, Craig and crew. Looking forward to period number 2. Tony Scott, what do the Raptors have to do to keep up the momentum?
Well, I think it's going to be definitely pressuring the D-men from Cottage Grove. I mean, I think they did a nice job of that in the first period. If they can continue to do that, I think they're going to produce more goals.
Alrighty, same question. What do the Wolfpack have to do to get back into this?
Well, I think they got to use their speed to get away from the defenders. They're moving the puck quite well, but I just don't think they're using their speed. I think they're not trusting their speed as much as they should.
And as we mentioned a few minutes ago, leading scorer Owen Korkish needs to stay out of the penalty box for one thing. He's got 4 penalty minutes so far. Tony, in a rivalry game like this where emotions are running high, who do you favor, the seasoned veterans of Park of Cottage Grove or the young guns of the Eastridge Raptors? I don't think the answer is as simple as people at home may think it is.
I think it's Eastridge because I think the Cottage Grove kids look up and they see they got a ton of fans here. This is a 50-50 crowd, and they're not doing anything to get them going right now. So Eastridge right now could ride the wave from their crowd and use that for the betterment of their team.
That's a great segue. Tell me a little bit about this atmosphere. It is sold out, standing room only. We have people practically hanging from the rafters here at Cottage Grove Ice Arena. Is this everything you ever dreamed of?
Well, everything but the band.
Everything but the band.
The band, good story. The band was supposed to be here. They showed up with their trumpets and their drums, and they were not allowed into the building. A little bit of clerical error by YHH and the Eastridge staff to not allow for 50 spots for them to sit here and play the band. So that'll tell you how hard a ticket this is. We couldn't even get the band in the building because of the 800 person or the 900 person max for the fire code.
Was this atmosphere what you had in mind? This has been in the works for a year now. Park of Cottage Grove, Eastridge, it's not exactly a traditional Friday night ice type game, but was this what you and Dustin Vogelgesang and Jeff Korkish had in mind when you decided to bring the FNI circus here to the Cottage Grove Ice Arena?
This is kind of actually, had we had the band here, I think it would have been a 10 out of 10. And again, this is a small clerical error. We filled those seats to those band. We got Robin Cook and Brad Soderberg in the box. We got this light show. We have fog. We got little chippers. We got everything here tonight. So, yeah, it is definitely a high score for me.
And between the second and third periods, we will have a long shot competition. Can we expect to see Tony Scott on the ice in his adorable tennis shoes shooting pucks?
I heard I'm going to be the hockey puck they're going to shoot down the ice.
Oh, because you didn't let the band into the building?
Because I didn't let the band into the building, exactly.
Well, the band may not be here, but it is still a fabulous atmosphere here for high school hockey. Tony, any final thoughts before we throw it to another set of ads?
The Zamboni's done. We'll let it set for a second. We'll go to a commercial. I'm excited. I'm excited to see some more scoring, that's for sure.
Each of these teams like a racehorse just waiting to get out of the gate. We will be back in a couple of minutes with period number 2 after a word from our sponsors.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
Is your business ready to tackle today's IT and cybersecurity challenges? At Cyber Advisors, we specialize in keeping companies secure and running smoothly. From proactive cybersecurity solutions to 24/7 IT support, we're here to help. Visit cyberadvisors.com/hockey for a free discovery call.
They'll tell you
if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Back at Cottage Grove Arena as the Wolfpack take the ice for the second period. Penalty boxes are empty. Both penalties in the game have been against the Wolfpack. In particular, Owen Korkish, who has taken both of them. He is their leading scorer with a goal and 5 assists for 6 points in Park's 2 games. Now Eastridge takes the ice, and we'll have a quick warm-up before we back out for the second period. Upcoming games, Eastridge has Roseville at home on Saturday. They're at Woodbury at the M Health Fairview Sports Center on the 12th. Then on Saturday the 14th, they're right back here to take on White Bear Lake. Then at Forest Lake on the 19th, and then at home against Matamidi on the 21st, and that's their schedule till Christmas. For the Wolfpack, Stillwater, a couple rinks over, coming up next Thursday, then at Mounds View at TCO, that is on the 14th of December, home against Egan on the 19th, and then at Holy Family on the 21st, and that's their schedule until Christmas. Grand Rapids defeats Roseau in overtime 2-1 tonight up in Grand Rapids. Let's see, Pine City over Becker 6-1. Princeton beats Cambridge 2-1 tonight.
Who's winning that Grand Rapids World game?
Grand Rapids is Roseau, and it's 2-1.
2-1.
Rapids the winner is the second period that's underway. Overtime. Grand Rapids always finds a way to be a thorn in people's sides. They like it that way.
They're at Yanmar Arena. Weird to say that, isn't it?
It sure is. That's always been the IRA to me and probably always will be.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Our last Friday night ice up at another grand old place.
We will be at Yanmar next year, you and I, Jeff. The Thunderhawks will host Rock Ridge next year on Friday Night Ice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we always go north every year.
Yes, well.
That's our game next year.
But what's nothing wrong with that. As Eastridge has possession and played to the right edge of the goal.
Since last week's Friday Night Ice, I've closed 2 deals for next year already.
Have you?
We have 3 games already in the books.
That's outstanding. Have you shared those?
I hate to share them because then, you know, it doesn't turn out. We had a girls' game this year that didn't turn out, so I'm a little sheepish about announcing the stuff until it actually goes down.
Okay, well then we'll wait.
It's more of a jinx thing, Jeff.
I get it. Hey, I totally get it.
Jinx it, you know.
There are a few people that are more in tune with jinxes than broadcasters.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we get accused of everything. Now here comes the Wolfpack. Kaplan from the circle shoots, and Lanahan gets over from right to left post and makes the stop. 54
That's the
seconds
first
gone.
burst I've seen from Korkish today. We've been waiting. We're talking Owen Korkish, and now he finally saw it right there.
Well, it doesn't take much. Just takes a moment, and
the only time we've called his name so far was in the penalty box.
I know, and that's.
We got on Owen a little bit during the break. Let's put it that way. Your best scorer shouldn't be off the ice 25% of the time.
Now from the face-off, it's Daly, and that's blocked. There comes Eastridge back. Chase Zuber, their leading scorer, going in. He shoots, and a save made by Aiden Miller. I suppose there's exceptions that prove the rule there.
That's a clean breakaway. That was a clean breakaway.
Good speed there.
And now we get a little taste of the rivalry there.
You talk about players leading scorers in the penalty box. I guess the exception that proves the rule is Bob Probert.
Wow, that guy was 1 in a million.
Yes. The
Talent,
exception that proves the rule.
tough, everything.
Yep. Now the legend of YouTube.
Yeah.
Now face-off coming up to the left of Aiden Miller. And the puck down. Runs up in the near corner. And Gavin Sand trying to play it. Now back behind the net. Dostal around to the far side, and it's held in. Cleared around behind the net for McMorrow for the Wolfpack, and now cleared back out to center ice. Eastridge, Nate Schlebeck plays it in. And Dostal goes around behind to the near side. They try to play it up the wall for Drew Schumacher. Picked off in the slot, and a centering pass is deflected off to the far side boards. And it's Derek Saward playing it now. Down the wall, a centering pass picked off, and Schumacher for the Wolfpack. Puck comes out to center, and they get in over the line. A centering pass is swatted away on an alert play by Hank Hughes, and now it goes, just missed our broadcast location as the puck came over the glass and wound up landing right in front of our cameras.
We almost got hit with a puck there.
Nearly.
We almost got hit.
You know, I remember doing a game. I was a public address announcer on a fill-in for a UMD game against Denver at the old Duluth Arena. And I was sitting right with my score sheet right behind the glass in the scorer's area. And one of the Denver players was trying to clear the puck, and he took a shot that went off the inside edge of the circle, the speaking hole.
No way.
Yeah, and if he had put it another inch to the right, he would have put it through there, and he might have killed me because my head was right up against the glass. And that was one of the most frightening things I think that's ever happened to me in that regard, as far as getting hit by a puck goes. And now picked up at center, Korkus feeds it over to the far side, and now here comes a centering pass for Gavin Moss that doesn't connect. Moss, the leading goal scorer for Park with 4 in the first 2 games. Now goes around for Korkus behind the Eastridge goal. Comes out and then puts a move on there that leaves Primesberger in his dust. Now a centering pass, stop made by Lanahan, and the carom comes out back into the Wolfpack zone. Park Cottage Grove looks a little more assured here on opening moments of this period. Here's Kaplan coming in.
I was impressed with Moss's patience with the puck there. Most kids just get rid of it like a hand grenade, right? Like, I got rid of it, and he's took his time and made a good play.
Now picked up there by Schwartz, played off to the boards, and now down behind. Kaplan takes a hit there against the wall from Blake Conan as Eastridge trying to clear its zone and having a hard time. Here's a centering pass and a shot that goes wide of the net. And the Raptors finally do get it out, and they come out 4 against 3, played in, but they're changing, and Schmitz goes to the wall on the near side. Bodies piling in there, slow but sure, and now played down into the corner. Hit thrown there by Schmitz, and now it's going to run towards the right point, but finally it comes in front of the goal, and now picked up by Schwartz, and now played back deep into the zone, and Daly goes after it. Puck comes all the way back out and down the ice. Lanahan out to clear it, and he plays it to center ice, tipped ahead by Emery Miller, and then he heads in as they change. A collision behind the Park goal. Picked up there now by Estasio, a centering pass, and the goaltender comes all the way out between the circles to slide and make the stop. 12:57 to go in the second. Still a 1-0 game for the Raptors.
What I tell you about the athleticism of both kids. There are a lot of good athletes on this teams, and you saw Miller there, comfortable to skate out there and just jump on it and freeze the play with 12:57 to go.
Draw coming up, shots 8-7. Eastridge with 1 in this period, Park with 2. You look at the shots on goal and you think it was a fairly pedestrian game, but I don't think it's been that.
It's been pretty exciting.
Face-off coming, and now Kaplan will come in to draw for the Wolfpack. Puck played towards the left point, and here is Lance Conan. Throws it through, and it's sticked away by Miller to the far boards. Another shot goes off Miller, back behind the net. And now back to Kaplan on the near side for the Wolfpack, and he flips a backhander all the way into the Eastridge zone. Halverson turns it back, and then shot back in again by Max Kaplan. Now a long pass up the middle, caught on a change, and it's a breakaway. Here's a shot, they score! Kramer got a breakaway. They caught him on a change. Matthew Kramer with his 4th goal.
Beautiful pass by Halverson there. 65 feet right up the gut.
Went stick side high, and the goal for Kramer is his 4th. And Halverson with his first point of the season on a great pass. 4:32 is the time of this goal.
Both of their goals today have been pretty passes. One from Hughes and one from Halverson.
Now over to the far side. We'll wait for Robin Cook's official word. And over the line. And it's just, as you said it, Kramer from Halverson, who then came in and took a shot that Lanahan saved to get a stoppage to get you up to date. 12:14 now to go in the second period. Kramer's 4th from Halverson. His first point of the year at 4:32.
I really think Cottage Grove is going to start to turn up the heat a little bit right here, Jeff. They're down by 2, and they've seen enough.
Well, the junior varsity game, that was any indication. I mean, that was a well-contested game, too. They pulled their goalie, Park did, with 3 minutes to go and scored a goal to make it 3-2. Here's a 2-on-1 developing, and over the line, the Raptors close in. Here's a shot, and that hit the post and went all the way around and came out to center. That was a good chance for Blake Conan. Now a giveaway in the zone, and Lanahan has to make a stop. Pushes and shoves exchanged as Kirkish had a shot, but didn't get much purchase on it from between the dots, and they get a face-off in the Eastridge end. Let's take a break here from Cottage Grove. 2-0 Eastridge here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
With an injection, we're usually trying to minimize inflammation or block a nerve to prevent it from sending a signal somewhere that causes you pain. So we're not actually masking any of the symptoms or the problem, but we are trying to improve the inflammation or block the pain signal so that people can feel relief.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Back in Cottage Grove as you look at the benches, which are delineated quite nicely for us by the paint job on the far wall. As to which one is which, Tony Scott, Jeff Pappas with you. The second of 3 Friday night ices.
We're going to go up to your old neck of the woods in January and see Hibbing hosting Hermantown in the greatest building in Minnesota, the Hibbing Memorial Building.
I love that building, always have. That building, the IRA, and the old barn in Cloquet are the 3 favorite buildings. I called games for many years in that place. There's a shot over the glass and out of play. The best, some of the best Lumberjack teams. Tom McFarland, the coach up there.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Jamie Langenbrunner and
what
Adam
was the
Pavlatos.
Russian guy's name?
Sergei Petrov.
Petrov, yeah.
That line with him and Aaron Novak.
Something
they
else,
were
right?
absolutely, they had almost a 50% power play when they went to state in 91, and they were really good. Now here's Schmitz taking a shot. Lanahan saves and puts it out of play. When they played Jefferson at the state tournament, they lost in overtime in the quarterfinals that year, and the phrase that was going around was that Cloquet had the best line in the state. Jefferson had the next 4 best lines in the state.
Yes, exactly.
They wound up winning that game. It was an unbelievable game. And I had a chance when working the state tournament to actually to work with Tom Satterdahl as the as my color guy, and Tom got his coaching start at Cloquet High School. He was the junior varsity coach at the time. And here's a shot from the faceoff as we come back to hockey. Yes, he's from Superior. He coached in Superior, but his Minnesota debut was at
One of their
Cloquet.
great Minnesota coach was from Superior, Wisconsin. You get this right,
hockey coach?
Not coach.
Bud Grant.
There
Now
you
here's
go.
a giveaway and a shot, and it goes wide by Korkish as he had a deep turnover and turned it into something. Bud Grant would be the answer to that.
That is the correct answer.
And now.
And athlete, too. What an
gosh.
athlete. Holy smokes.
Now Park with Moss in the corner, feeds it to the right point. DeStasio over to the left side. Schwartz fires. It's off the traffic and wide. And now picked up by Schmitz, trying to play it out, tries to kick at it, and now does get it. And Miller breaking, but the pass goes to the right side, and it's played on in by Lance Conan.
Someone woke Owen Korkish up after the first period.
I think so. And he had a terrific opportunity there. And now played back into the left corner deep, and after it for the Wolfpack is Schwartz. And now over the line, here's a shot. That winds up going wide. And finally out to center ice. Wolfpack regained possession, and here's a step up and a steal. Now loose in the center circle and controlled by Park. Over the line, Bailey. And he lost it. It comes out to center, and here's a race for it for the Raptors. It's Hank Hughes going after it, but it's icing.
What a start for the Wolfpack here in the second period. Nothing to show for it goals-wise, but they definitely turned the tables on pressure.
You know, that's what I like to tell people when you talk about Bud Grant. Bud followed me on Twitter.
Oh my gosh!
That
Are you
was one
kidding
of
me?
the bet. Well, if you think about it, I've done UMD football for 15
he had
years
probably
now, and
12 grandkids.
He had, oh my gosh, so many members of that family were Bulldog football players. And here's a centering pass, loose in front, and it's poked wide by the Wolfpack's Drew Schumacher, and finally cleared on out to center. But yeah, he, I once posted about full-time officials in the NFL, and I got a note that said, Bud Grant liked your post. And I'm like,
no
you're
way.
kidding me. So now play in the left corner, goes behind the Raptors' goal. We do have a hockey game here. Now it comes to the left point, and now poked away down the near wing. After it is Derek Soward, and then he lost out as it ran off his blade, and Dostal takes it away. Around on the far side, and now Park will come to center ice with work to do, trailing by 2. Into the zone, a centering pass from Sand, a little saucer, and it bounced through to the near side. Sand after it behind the goal, and it's still loose. And they're pushing and shoving for it, comes to the near side, and now DeStasio after it. Now it's cleared on out to center ice, and goes right between the feet of the Eastridge defender, Soward, who was heading for the bench on a change. And cleared around on the near side. Here comes Park back. McMorrow. He comes over the line to the right for Sand. Plays it in deep, and then they'll finish a change with the Wolfpack as we come up on the halfway mark of regulation time. 2-0 Eastridge here from Cottage Grove. And over the line, Korkish back into his zone. Rink wides. And now here they come again down the near wing. This is Schwartz over the line. Schwartz goes behind the net. Full head of steam there, drops it back to the right point, and a score! A shot from the right point found its way through, and take a bow, Luke Dahlstrom.
And the crowd for Cottage Grove goes crazy. I had a feeling there was a loud crowd in there, but they had nothing to cheer for yet. 2 penalties and 2 goals allowed. Now they got something to cheer about.
Well, that was just good play. Get to the net, create a screen, and there you see Luke Dahlstrom's second goal of the year. And the lead is halved. It's 2-1. Now Eastridge controls from the face-off. And here's Halverson shooting it in from center ice. Schwartz and Kaplan getting assists.
So Dahlstrom gets the goal. Good call by the ref there. That was offsides. Dahlstrom gets the goal, but there was definitely a deflection in front of the net. I heard stick, and I thought for sure number 7, Max Kaplan, tipped it in, but he had no look of like, hey, it wasn't me. He looked at Dahlstrom and goes, no, it's yours, meaning it hit someone for Eastridge to go in the net.
Must have. But that's just the thing you need. Get bodies to the net and put it on goal. And Park now trails by 1. Played in on the right, and that's going to make Grady Seamer work into the corner. Now cleared around behind by Premsberger for Eastridge. To the near side corner. Less than 8 minutes to go in the second period. We got ourselves a good one. 2-1 here as Hughes plays it in. Hank Hughes down the near wing. Cuts in, toe drag, and then he is lit up at the left edge of the goal crease on a solid shoulder by Seamer and a face-off.
I'm not sure if you know enough about hockey now what a great save that was by Miller. Because Hughes made a great move. It got to the net. It's pinballing around. Now you have 32 pounds of goaltending equipment on. Yes. You have to get on your hands and knees with a piece of leather on your hand and reach out and find a puck that's bouncing all over the place. And he made it look easy.
He did. And cleared to the near side and out to center ice where the Raptors will try to play it back. Loose at neutral, and now here come the Wolfpack back. Dostal feeds to the right and over the line. Back to the left corner, and Methvin for Eastridge around on the near side. That's controlled by McMorrow. And now the puck comes to the circle, and now Eastridge back out 3 wide with a trailer, and they pick it up, and here's Hughes. Going over the line on the left with a head pass, and now it's loose along the boards. And Eastridge again. Now dropping to the right point. Here's a shot and a stick save off Methvin. And the puck will be played all the way back into the Eastridge zone. After it there, Halverson. Under 7 minutes to go, long pass to center ice, and the Wolfpack will pick it up. Now controlled by Hank Hughes, the aforementioned, over the line, and his shot deflects and goes wide.
Hank's had a nice game tonight, hasn't he,
He
Jeff?
has. He's been around the puck, trying to make things happen. He hasn't scored a point this season as an icing call comes against.
Well, he got one
Park.
tonight.
He did.
Pretty assist. He still hasn't been credited with a point, that's for sure.
We have to have words with that Cook fella and find out what the heck's going on here, but he did. And the face-off will come back in the Park zone to the left of Aiden Miller. And behind the net, the goal scorer for Park, Dahlstrom. Around on the right, but the Raptors hold it in. Now a puck comes out to center, trying to break through the middle. And they do, and a backhanded shot, and Lanahan with a save on Gavin Moss.
What an effort by Moss.
Yes. Beat 2 defenders for pace, and then put a backhander on, and the goaltender there to make the stop.
Now, I've seen individual efforts by Moss, Korkish, and Kaplan today that have been pretty outstanding.
We're starting to warm up here. 6:24 to go in the second period, and Eastridge holding a 2-1 lead. Kaplan will take the face-off against Blake Conan. Puck comes up the slot, and Moss feeds it over to the far side. Shot, and save made by Lanahan, again off Dahlstrom. Now loose in the near side corner, and we're going to get a penalty on Eastridge as Korkish is brought down in the face-off circle, and a hooking penalty is coming.
That was on Miller.
Yep.
One of my favorite calls as a play-by-play. He was hauled down. He was definitely hauled down on that one.
I'm glad to please you with my performance,
Love
Mr.
it.
Scott. Hooking, Miller. Park power play 2 for 8 in its first 2 games. This is their first one of the night. Eastridge on the kill has been 8 out of 10 so far. 6:10 to go in the second period, and Park with a chance to get this game tied up. Here's Dahlstrom working towards center point, feeds the circle to Korkish. Now back, Dahlstrom feeds it down low, and behind the net, played around by Schwartz to the near side, and up the wall, Korkish, and it comes out to center. Dahlstrom will go back for it. I notice a step up in the pace from the Wolfpack in the second period. And here they come. Schwartz hits the line, feeds the right. Here's Kaplan closing in, and that shot goes off the diving defender and out of play, Bowden Methvin. And we'll get a face-off in the Eastridge zone.
Nice play there by Methvin. Just laid it all out there.
Kind of Craig Ludwig-like.
Yes.
player with the world's largest shin pads. Ex-Montreal Canadian and Minnesota North Star defenseman.
What's going on here?
I don't know. Minute 25 to go, but we have Lanahan on a knee.
I've never seen anything like this in my life.
I have no idea.
We're on a TV timeout.
No, we're not, but I don't know if he's just resting or what, because the players have gone back to their benches. And there's a discussion over at the scorer's table in the referee's crease.
Maybe the referee is calling the TV timeout.
That could be.
I don't know what's going on here. Maybe we're going to get an answer from our crew via text.
As the text message is sent, what on earth is going on? We'll see if we get an answer. Face off to the right of Zane Lanahan with 5:34 to go in the second period. A minute 25 of Park power play still to go. And here's Dahlstrom. Now fed to center point. Schwartz, the circle, a one-time shot, and that goes off the stick of Lanahan and out of play, and it went over the netting and way back, almost to the entrance doors here.
That was insane.
That's Kaplan on a one-timer there, and he wound up propelling the puck. Goaltender wound up putting it out of play. Face off to the left of the goal, and it's Korkish to take the draw. Like I said, it's Kaplan to take the draw. Now it's controlled by Park, and here's Dahlstrom. High in the slot, over to the near side, and it's Korkish. Takes the shot, and he missed high with that one, off to the near side. Dahlstrom centering. Oh, and it came a nice play with a glove by Korkish. And he holds it in. Puck got past him, though, on the near wall, and the Raptors try to clear, can't get it out. And
what a
finally
battle
it does
on the
come
blue
out.
line there.
Terrific play as East Ridge's Schmitz clears the zone. 45 on the power play. Cornish winds it up and comes down the far side. Korkish hits the line, leaves a drop pass, and now a pass comes to the near side for Schwartz. Drops it over, and he and Dahlstrom play catch. Here's a shot, saved by Lanahan, and a one-timer by Korkish from the wing boards, and boy, he got it there in a hurry.
Boy, it was a good pass. It's a quick one-timer by, as you would say, Korkish. I thought we were having a little game hen out there today. You said Cornish.
I did by accident.
That's okay. I'm sure that's the first time anyone's ever said that about him.
Yeah, the thing of it is, people mispronounce my name all the time, and I hate to do it to somebody else.
Pappas?
Yes. Yeah, so my apologies to the young man, especially when he shoots the puck like that. It comes out to center. 24 seconds left in the power play. And now a pass to the near side, gets behind Kennedy, and he has to come back for it. And winds up behind the goal, passing the skates of Bailey, and now he picks it up, plays it center, and here's Sand over the line. Sand leaves a drop pass, shot, and a glove catch by Daly, who had or off Daly rather, by Lanahan, who had a good look at it.
10 shots on goal in this period for Cottage Grove.
Definitely kicking it into
doubling
second
it
gear.
up, right?
Well, sure, but yeah, they've been the better team in the second period. And 4:18 to go in it, but the Raptors hold that lead due to the goal by Kramer on the breakaway. So they had a moment of magic, and has so far stood them in very good stead. 4:18 to go. 8 seconds left on the power play. Face off to Lanahan's right. And now it winds up behind the net. Halverson clears it all the way down the ice, and that will do it for the power play as Miller steps back on. East Ridge at full strength. Cleared around on the near side. And Parks Moss still has it at center. Plays it in. Korkish at the blue line. Now he heads for the bench on a change, and now it's shot all the way back into the Park zone, and after it is Luke Dahlstrom behind the goal with 3:40 to go in the period, and here they come. Sand over the line. He's tied up, but keeps possession at the top of the near circle. Throws it in front, and a diving poke check knocks it off the Stasio's stick. And a block shot there, and a follow-up wide rebound. Sand at the right edge, and Lanahan got over and denied him the post. And
that's
the Nets
off the
come up.
mooring. We're going to go to break.
All right, let's take a break here from Cottage Grove. 2-1 Raptors here on the Hub.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com to make an appointment today.
Do that.
Back in Cottage Grove, and so you have the answer to the question.
What's the question?
So what happened during that timeout?
There was a TV timeout taken by the referee, but not by the TV crew or the penalty box. So we've had 2 in a row there.
And we joked about it, that the referees are trying to call a TV timeout, and it turns out they actually were.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
They missed the memo. We don't take TV timeouts during a power play.
Nobody does, yes. And
just the referee, Dan
just
Stump.
the referees.
I got on him last week for making a mistake in the St. Thomas game because he was in that game. Guess what? I get to get on him again. Come on, Stumpy, be better.
Gonna hate seeing your face.
He's a good one, though.
Yes. From the draw, it's played into the middle by Dahlstrom, and a spin and shoot there by Korkish, and it's deflected wide. And now back behind the goal. Park starting to buzz here. 3:13 to go. Pass out, and here's Dahlstrom scoring to tie the game. Luke Dahlstrom has done it again, and we are back on level terms. 2-2 with 3:10 to go in the second.
What a night for Dahlstrom, or what a period for Dahlstrom.
Time on that goal is 13:50, and it's 2-2.
You know, defenders don't have a lot of celebrations, right? They score a couple times a year. He ran out. What do I do? He just started kissing the crowd. Love it. Right before they scored, I almost said, I just get a sense that Cottage Grove's going to score eventually because they're just putting so much pressure on.
Well, they've had a good period, no doubt about that. Let's get the announcement on the goal. Kaplan and Moss getting assists at 13:50, play in the Cottage Grove zone, and a stoppage for Miller, and we get a face-off at 2:56 to go. Dahlstrom has scored both the goals in the second period. Kaplan and Moss assisting at 13:50 again, and it's tied at 2.
All right, we got ourselves a ball game, even though there's no ball out there.
Now played off to the far side and relayed by DeStasio, and it comes to the blue line, and there's a decleater thrown on the near side. Here they come again. Daly firing, and it's offside. Now we got a conflagration behind the goal. The play was offside, but Moss came in and shot the puck anyway, or Daly rather, and lots of pushing and shoving, and of course that's a big no-no, is to shoot the puck after an offside, which I'm pretty sure that Daly did not hear. But we'll see if we get penalties out of this.
Bedlam has ensued.
We will have penalties for Eastridge. Methvin is going, and for, well, we got a couple here on Park. Couple each way. You see numbers there?
I think the right call here is a 2-minute minor on Cottage Grove, in my opinion. For shooting after the whistle. And then just a bunch of other fighting and mayhem.
Methvin is one. Sand is another for Park.
Yep.
And I'm trying
And
to.
the referee, Dan Stump, is saying 5-on-5, so there's going to be no penalties, no minor penalties given out. No power play advantage given.
They're explaining it to the captains now.
Jeff Papis is looking in his binoculars. This is called a pro right here. Absolute pro move.
Why, thank you.
Did you find out who's in that box? We know Sand and Methvin. Who are the other two?
I believe for Eastridge it's Schmitz. And
20-something else is in the box for 24
Park,
maybe?
24 be Kennedy. We'll wait for the announcement, and they're
The
seated.
the former president?
No. Here's a centering pass. I think he's indisposed. And now here's picked up by Schwartz for Park. Goes behind the net. And now the Raptors will pick it up and clear ahead. Here's Miller down the wing. Miller, cross-ice pass, centering pass for Miller. It's off the toe of his stick and wide.
Good passing there.
Yes. And now here comes Park. Over the line. We'll get the penalties here. And there you go. Daly was the other player for shooting the puck after the whistle, so that's unsportsmanlike conduct. Down to 90 seconds to go in the period, and the Raptors pick it up and clear. And an icing call.
I
And
still
penalty
think Daly
13-19.
should get an extra 2 minutes for shooting after the whistle, and the rest of the fighting would have been even out, in my opinion.
But that's what they gave him. He gave 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike and only one roughing penalty against Park.
Yep.
That was against Sand and 2 against Eastridge, Methvin,
And it all evened out, right?
Yep, and Primesberger getting penalties. Loose in front, and a shot that might have gone off the crossbar from Seymour.
Nice play there.
10 seconds to go, and Eastridge hanging on here.
Schumacher and a great steal.
Now a centering pass winds up deep as Schwartz comes around last minute of play. Schwartz centers it loose in front, puck bouncing around. It's a scramble, and Lanahan goes, and then he gets hit by a Park player afterwards who dove on top of him.
What was he thinking, Jeff? I've
don't
never
know.
seen anything I like in my life.
There's got to be intensity there, but I mean, it's.
He basically just dove on the goalie like a football
He
player.
did. And that was Drew Schumacher that did that. I don't know if we have a replay of it or not, but
it was unbelievable.
Lanahan went out and he just flopped on him, which was a unpopular move from the Eastridge point of view.
Yeah, again, can't believe that wasn't a penalty there.
Face off with 55 seconds to go in the second period. Now cleared around behind the goal and to the near side for Eastridge, and Zuber plays it out. And it comes all the way back into the Park zone, and now a hit thrown behind the net. Penalty coming in the Raptors. With 43 seconds to go, it's going to be their second time shorthanded in this period.
Hooking with a call.
Hooking the call. And is that Kramer or Sauer? He's got his jersey tucked in.
The penalty boxes are filling up.
They are. I'd say you could sell advertising space in there, but we already have.
But it's been an exciting second period.
It has. Sauer appears to be the player.
Conan gets tossed out.
16. 16, the time of the penalty. And now here is a shot by Dahlstrom. Rebound off the inboards.
Dahlstrom's now on hat trick alert, Jeff.
He is. And here's a shot by Kaplan. It's off the traffic. And now here's Korkish wheeling.
Dahlstrom just calling for it.
Yeah, he wants it. He's the hot man. Here's Korkish firing, and that goes off the defender, Blake Conan, and wide. Now behind the net for Moss. 15 seconds in the period.
The net looks like a broomball net to Dahlstrom right now.
I imagine it does. And here comes Korkish off the wall, and he's forced back. 6 seconds in the period. Takes a shot. It deflects off to the far boards where it's picked up by Schwartz. And that's it for the second period. But, boy, we got a big third coming. The tie game at 2 after 2 periods of play. And Eastridge held to only 4 shots on goal in that period, while Park Cottage Grove took 12. And things getting a little bad-tempered at the end of that period. That was an East
Grand Forks period, Jeff. The green wave who came flooding into the East Ridge rink here today.
Spectacular reference.
Goodness, they were coming hard from the puck drop. Even though they gave up a goal early in the first, it was still, you got the sense that Cottage Grove came ready in the second period. And I think a lot of that had to do with Owen Korkish. He didn't score, but he sure stirred up trouble all period long.
Well, we have another coach interview coming up here as Jeff Korkish is standing by.
Here we are ice side with the head coach for Park of Cottage Grove, Jeff Korkish. Now it is 2-2, tied game after the second period, and Luke Dahlstrom ties it up, gets 2 of the goals. Talk about his play on the ice in that second period.
Yeah, Luke's just a big junior for us. Is learning all the time how to play offensive, hockey, how to get into a space, we be available. And today he's showing that practice is working, right? So guys are moving without the puck, and that's what we want them to do. If you can move without the puck, you can become dangerous and just put the puck on net like he did. So yeah, he's doing a great job.
And what do you have to do, or what is the talk like in the locker room to really keep the gas on the pedal and really motivate these boys to finish this game out strong in the third?
Yeah, I mean, they're high school kids. They go up and down and up and down. It's unbelievable. So after the first period, they're freaking out like a high school kid would. Now they'll be all excited, and just got to stay balanced. Just be cool and all do what you're supposed to do. Play the game where you're supposed to play, especially, again, away from the puck. And when you do that, we'll be fine.
Thank you so much, Jeff, and good luck in the third.
Thank you very much.
That was Jeff, head coach for Park of Cottage Grove. Now we are going to get you some sponsors to hear from, and then we will be back with some more action. Friday Night Ice, presented by Luther Auto.
Some matzo pizzas are made in the heart of America's Dairyland, Kaukauna, Wisconsin. Every brew pub pizza is made with the highest quality meat and veggie toppings. Then bombarded with over half a pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Snag a slice of brew pub pizza at the concession stand or enjoy a whole pizza conveniently located in the frozen pizza section of your local grocery store. Brew pub, lots of matzo pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
Generally speaking, water is a better fluid to use to rehydrate with. A big part of the importance of hydration is hydrating before the race rather than during the race. So, the hydration before a long distance race in particular really starts the day before the race, probably those 24 to 36 hours before the race to be completely hydrated.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
Since 1933, 3 generations of Kozlaks have wined and dined Minnesotans with great food and impeccable service. Located in historic northeast Minneapolis, Jack's is open for happy hour, dinner, and a tasty weekend brunch. With a world-class bar and a spectacular outdoor patio, your dining experience will be both memorable and delicious.
Well, how about that, folks? After 2 periods, it is now 2-2. Eastridge and Park of Cottage Grove. Peter Otney here from YHH, along with Tony Scott. Tony, I know what I saw at ice level. Now, I want to know what you saw up here with the bird's eye view. 2 goals for the Wolfpack and 1 for the Raptors.
I saw absolute bedlam there. We had the shot after whistle. We had a little bit of a fight. We had 2 goals. And I was checking my bingo card, and I was looking. I'm like, I didn't see Luke Dahlstrom scoring 2 goals with Schwartz and Moss and Korkish and all those great forwards up front for the Wolfpack.
Well, we were down at ice level, and Marissa Voss was teasing me a little bit because I said on paper I think Park of Cottage Grove is favored here. And after Matthew Kramer scored to put Eastridge up 2-0, she nudged me and said, Park of Cottage Grove, huh?
Yeah, my eyeballs were like saucers when he went in and scored. Beautiful goal, too.
Gorgeous.
Goal. And the pass was the best part. Halverson right up the gut on the tape. Beautiful play.
And in the early stages of the second period, it appeared that Cottage Grove could do no right. Owen Korkish picked off a pass in the Eastridge zone. He had a perfect chance at a goal, and he fired it wide. Park of Cottage Grove could not hit the net to save their lives, and here they are, 2 goals. Luke Dahlstrom scores twice in a 5-minute span to tie the game, 2-2.
One was tipped in by an Eastridge. His first one was tipped in by an Eastridge player. I heard a clank, right? I'm like, I thought it was Moss who scored the goal, but it was Kaplan who scored the goal, but it did not. It went off an Eastridge player.
And as you mentioned a moment ago, the physical play ramping up here at the Cottage Grove Ice Arena. We saw a helmet go flying off, skittering into the neutral zone. We had, as you said, a shot after a whistle. It's starting to feel like a rivalry game.
I definitely had helmet off in a fight on my bingo
On your bingo card?
For sure, I definitely had that. For sure had that.
I'm sure that physical play will carry over into the third period, as will a power play for Park of Cottage Grove. Could the Wolfpack have wanted anything else late in the second period?
Yeah, it was all going their way. I call it the East Grand Forks game, a period for Cottage Grove. It was a green wave coming at the Raptors in the last 12 minutes of the period.
Yeah, well, this crowd is certainly ready for the third period. We're ready for the third period. We are still a few minutes away from that final frame, and we will be back with our intermission show after another word from our sponsors.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
Is your business ready to tackle today's IT and cybersecurity challenges? At Cyber Advisors, we specialize in keeping companies secure and running smoothly. From proactive cybersecurity solutions to 24/7 IT support, we're here to help. Visit cyberadvisors.com/hockey for a free discovery call.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Welcome back, folks. We're still a few minutes away from puck drop in the third period. Eastridge and Park of Cottage Grove tied at 2-2 here in the rivalry game. Tony, let's break it down. What does Park of Cottage Grove need to do in period number 3 to emerge victorious?
Stay with the game plan. They were very aggressive on their forecheck. They were winning the battle in the blue lines, right? They were getting the puck out of the blue line. They're keeping the puck in the zone inside the blue line. That's going to be their game plan for period number 3.
How critical is this final 1 minute and 17 seconds of power play time for Park of Cottage Grove. If they score in this 1:17 of power play time, I mean, what does that do for the rest of the period?
It'll give them a lot of momentum, that's for sure.
All
But I
right.
think Cottage Grove it's pretty simple for them. East Ridge for them. It's pretty simple. They got to go back to the way they played in the first period.
Mhm.
They controlled the blue lines in those two in that period. Last period, they lost control of everything, and they looked like they were a little immature. They got to get back to their business. Both these teams have struggled in the third period, allowing goals. I'm expecting 3 or 4 goals in this third period. It's going to be bedlam.
Well, I think if Park of Cottage Grove scores a couple more goals, I think Luke Dahlstrom is going to have something to say about it. He's got 2 so far, and I keep waiting for them to feed him the puck on that blue line and just let him rip.
I said to Jeff Papis during the broadcast, I said, that kid, the net looks like a broom ball net to him right now. He wants the puck. He's slapping his stick. Give me the puck. Give me the puck. I'm on tonight, you know.
Well, I know that the numbers heads like Nate Silver over at 538 and people with spreadsheets might call the hot hand phenomenon a fallacy. But to me, I say keep feeding Dahlstrom. He is in the zone right now, and that's going to come into play here on the power play. I noticed that Owen Corkish, is getting maybe a little sticky-handed with the puck. He's looking for his shot. Distribute that biscuit, 18.
I think he's been doing well at distributing it as well. I think this is going to be his period. I think he's going to have his coming out party on YHH in this third period because he sees the ice better. He's got the speed. This could be his chance to shine.
And I agree with you. I think Eastridge has to come out in the third period. No fear. They got to go bananas in the offensive zone, applying pressure, supporting the puck. This could be huge for the Raptors. They've struggled against Park of Cottage Grove over the past few seasons. What could a strong third period here do for the Raptors?
Well, it's going to be everything for them. These young kids need a little bump in their program, a little boost to their confidence. They come out hard here in this third period. I think they have just as equal a chance to win this game.
Eastridge 0-5 against Park of Cottage Grove, dating back to the 2021 season. The Raptors certainly have a chance to stop that trend here in the third period. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're not going to want to miss period number 3. But first, a word from our wonderful sponsors.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
Hockey's a very unique sport. I would say it has this blend of toughness and athleticism, but by and large, really creativity. You have lots of great athletes, but you don't have lots of great hockey players, and the biggest separator is what they call hockey IQ or intelligence, and that's the ability to really process information quickly, make decisions.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com to make an appointment today.
Is your business ready to tackle today's IT and cybersecurity challenges? At Cyber Advisors, we specialize in keeping companies secure and running smoothly. From proactive cybersecurity solutions to 24/7 IT support, we're here to help. Visit cyberadvisors.com/hockey for a free discovery call.
Back in Cottage Grove as we get ready for the third period. It's 2-2. Park Wolfpack and East Ridge Raptors, backyard rivals, locked up in a good one. Blake Conan and Kramer for East Ridge. 2 goals for Luke Dahlstrom for Park, which hauled a 2-0 deficit back and ready to go in the third period. Shots in the second favored the Wolfpack by 12-4. Each team has taken 4 penalties for 8 minutes. Each team is 0 for 2 on the power play as we get ready to start the third period. Park and the green will move left to right as we call the third for you here. And Tony gets back to the broadcast position as we get ready to mount up and play the third period. You all set, sir? All right. Ready to get underway. Chase Zuber will face off for East Ridge against Owen Korkish, and the third period is underway. See if East Ridge plays with a sense of urgency here after having scored the first 2 goals in this game. Now played into the Park zone, and here is Korkish feeding the left for Luke Dahlstrom.
About a minute of power play left for the
That's
Wolfpack.
right. Carry over. And now into the corner, goes behind the net. Fed out to the left point, Dahlstrom. The near circle, and that is Caden Schwartz back now to Dahlstrom. Tried to throw it back across the middle. Here's a race for it at center ice, and it's going to be won by Dahlstrom at a better angle. Feeds off to the boards on the right, and that's picked up by Zuber and cleared around behind. 27 in the power play as Eastridge's Schmitz trying to kill a few more seconds, keeping it deep, and now over the line comes Gavin Moss. Plays it across to the far side, and Kaplan fanned on it. It runs to the right edge and finally cleared, bouncing to the left point. Now here's Schwartz closing in, shooting, and he missed the net. Here is Korkish feeding over, one-timer. He score! 4 seconds to go, and it's Kaplan on a tip-in, and it's 3-2 Park. That is a power play goal. And it's the first goal for Max Kaplan.
A beautiful tip in by Kaplan. Did Dahlstrom shoot that one?
I believe he did.
He's got 3 points on the night.
Power play goal for Park. And it comes, as I said, at 1:13, but they have come all the way back, and now they lead it 3-2.
That's a huge goal for the Wolfpack. Really puts a dauber.
Oh, here's a breakaway. They come in. Blake Conan going in. He shoots, and a good stop by Miller. Put it over the top. And the Raptors bring it right back in front. A shot, and Miller robbed again. And it comes to the right point by 2 glorious chances for Eastridge to tie the game up. And Aiden Miller standing tall as Park comes back. And now they steal it back in the zone by Lance Conan. Daly getting 1 assist. And I didn't catch the other. Midas Korkish, I think, got that. And now Raptors, again with 2 great chances to get the game tied. Right on the stick of Blake Conan, and he was unable to find the range.
Both were point-blank opportunities.
Oh, yeah.
One was a breakaway, and the other one, a loose puck came right on his stick.
For a player to stand that long in front of the goal, uncovered, was unfortunate for Park, but they got away with it. And the face-off coming back in the Raptors zone to the left of Lanahan. 14:54 to go. And the puck now winds up in the right corner. And it's Schlebeck for Eastridge playing it up the wall. They can't get out of the zone, and it comes right back in deep. Schlebeck goes behind the goal, and he trades shoves with Gavin Moss as it comes to the near wall, and finally played back in deep, rink wide into the Eastridge zone as Dwyer goes back behind the net. Here's Kaplan, the man of the moment. In the near corner, trying to feed the point, did. And here's Schwartz taking a shot. It's loose at the left edge. Boy, it was stopped by Lanahan, and he couldn't find it. Now a shot catches him high, and it winds up going over the glass and out of play.
Great effort by the Wolfpack again here in the third period. It's basically like they put it on a Xerox copier, and it's the same type of pressure, same type of passing, puck movement. All 3 lines are starting to click for Jeff Korkish.
Face-off coming up to the left of Zane Lanahan. It's Opitchka on for the draw for Park. And it's loose in the circle. Finally goes behind the goal. Cleared around on the near side for Braden Bratz. And then cleared around to the far side. Eastridge again. Now they got thrown right off the puck in their own zone. A centering pass comes on to Lanahan, and he makes a stop. Comes off to the near side, and here they come down the near wing. Hank Hughes, he gets around Daly on the boards, but couldn't bring the puck with him. And that's at least half the battle as it comes to the near corner for Daly. Runs it up the wall, and it's Primesberger throwing it down, and it winds up in the corner to the near side as Hughes overskates, and the puck comes to center. Over the line. And in deep, a centering pass. Lanahan with a save. One save that he made, and the other one that he really didn't have a very good idea on Opitchka. If we get a replay of that, we'll see it, because Lanahan on the second stop is down and out of the play.
With his glove off. He was raising his hand. He did not have his glove on, and that's an automatic stoppage. That's why we got the whistle there.
But made a save anyway. Face-off coming up to his left. And the puck runs to the point. Held in. Lanahan will make a save on Dostal's long effort from the point, and we'll get a stoppage and a face-off with 13:21 to go. Shots now 23-13. So that's 6 shots already in the period for Park Cottage Grove, and only 2 for the Raptors.
The Wolfpack will be at 30 shots if you don't blink.
Now comes to Dostal, feeds it over to the left point, gets it back on a return pass, and then Dostal plays it down behind the net where it's picked up by DeStasio. Now feeds the left point, and it hops the stick of McMorrow and comes out to center ice. Eastridge looking for some control, but now they'll come back in. Here's DeStasio centering it, and it goes right through Schumacher's legs and over to the far side. Here comes Eastridge. Back over the line, and a hard hit in against the boards there. Puck comes to the left of the goal, and Miller plays it behind the net. Now it winds up running to the blue line and out to center, where the Raptors feed it rink wide, and DeStasio gets there first, plays it into the zone. And finally the Raptors will gain control. 12.5 to go, and they come out to center ice. And they carry over the line. This is Bratz leaving a drop pass for Schmitz. It's picked up, and now a break down the near wing for Moss. And he's got a player breaking for the front of the net, and it's put just wide, and that was Kaplan looking for a tap in at the back post. They come in front, a shot. Lanahan makes the save, and Eastridge hanging on by their fingernails right now, Tony.
Are they ever? Moss just saw top shelf over the blocker side, and he shot it a little low. He's just kicking himself right now.
Well, here's a replay on the last line rush. And again, nice work down the wing by Moss, but watch the pass. Oh, that's why it went through. He put it on goal. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was just a missed pass. And now cleared around behind the net in live action. And now played around behind as Korkish goes after it. Now fed across to the right point, and a chance there for Dahlstrom, who winds up going behind the net.
Commercial break's going to do Eastridge some good here.
It sure is. They need a game reset as it comes up the slot. And now fed to the near side, a shot, and Lanahan made a save there on Dahlstrom as the puck comes off to the far side boards. And finally out to center. Dahlstrom turning, takes a shove from Schmitz, but plays it back into the Raptors zone deep to the left corner. And now Eastridge will go back behind the net. 11:20 to play in the third period. They put it in front of their net. It's a turnover, and a shot goes over the top from Logan Vachon, number 10. And he had a terrific chance to make it 4-2. Now, puck comes up the wall, and the right point is played down there by Quentin Wilhelmy back behind the net.
Wolfpack are pitching every chance they can, Jeff.
There's a shot from the wing boards, and it's trapped by Lanahan against the post. We'll get a stoppage in play and a timeout. With 10:56 to go, it's 3-2 Park here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com to make an appointment today.
Back in Cottage Grove, it's 3-2 for Park. What would you do differently from an East Ridge point of view if you were Dustin Vogelgesang? What would you be telling your kids?
I would tell them that they got to recognize the pinching, right? They got to be able to see it coming, because if they can they can work their way around their pinching and make them pay. And I'm not saying throw your wings long, do anything. Don't go crazy. Just know that they're pinching every chance they can, and make a plan for that.
So for those that may not be aware, what's the best way to beat a pinch in that situation?
Chipping off the glass,
okay.
throwing the puck to the center. Don't throw it wide, whatever you do, because there's a defenseman sitting there just ready to gulp it up.
And from the face-off, it's pulled back into the Park zone, and going after it is Dahlstrom, who's seen a ton of ice time in the second and third periods in this game. Now a long pass tipped into the East Ridge zone, and it's going to wind up going to the right of the goal. Lanahan has to clear it to the near side, picked up by Moss. He centers, loose at the left edge, right onto the goaltender, in a stoppage and a face-off with 10:37 left.
More of the same from the Wolfpack. You notice what happened there? That puck came down into the Park zone. East Ridge sent only one guy. What does that tell you?
They're concerned about a counter.
Yeah, they do not want to get beat.
Yep.
They're playing a little too conservatively right now.
Well, I'm glad that was the right answer.
It was correct. That's the correct answer.
Face off to the left of Lanahan, and a shot loose in front. Follow-up chance there for Karkish, goes off the defense. Now loose to the left boards and cleared around. And here is Moss.
On this possession, watch Dahlstrom. He's on the front of his skates right now, not on the back of his heels. All night long. Look at him. He's down on the dot right now.
All right, a shot. Lanahan makes the save, and it was Dahlstrom that took the shot, who's got 2 goals already tonight. And now here comes Eastridge. They get the puck to center ice, and they come over the line. A shot deflected that goes wide, but chasing after it there. Sauer, now it's fed back towards the left point, and here is Moss. Down the wing, it's 1 against 3 as they're changing. And a puck comes in, the trailer, and a shot there by Sand. Puck comes loose, 2 Eastridge defenders collide, and here's a shot that winds up going wide behind the net. Daly feeding it over to the left point, and Park is buzzing again. Now played down to the near wall with 9:35 to go. And it's Sand, he goes down in the left corner. And now behind the net, DeStasio feeding it to the left point. Here's a shot from the wing boards, and Lanahan makes the save.
Daly entered the zone, took a shot, and just decked Priemsberger. Priemsberger's mask came off of his helmet. He had to get off the ice, which created even more of an advantage for Cottage Grove, one they didn't really need or deserve.
Well, they got their 30 shots, Tony.
What I tell you, don't blink, they're going to hit 30 shots.
That's 13 shots in about 7.5 minutes.
You could just feel it. But I still think there's another little goal coming for Eastridge.
Now they bring it in over the line at Schmitz. Played around behind the net, and Miller hasn't had a whole lot to do in the third period.
That's sometimes troublesome, isn't it?
It can be, as Schlebeck touches the puck, and we get a whistle and a stoppage with 9:05 left as the puck goes out of play into the Eastridge bench.
Here's a observation. I'm not looking at heights and weights, but I'm just looking at the overall team height and weight of Eastridge right now. They just don't have a lot of beef, right? They don't have a lot of beef on the blue line. They don't have a lot of beef up front. They got a lot of water bugs out there.
Well, eventually the water bugs are going to have to find an extra step. Right now they got a hitch in their get-along, and it's about 9 minutes they've got to fix it. Puck in the near corner of the East Ridge end. And now it's played to center and backhanded ahead by Schwartz. And Park has had the puck, it seems, for the entire third period.
Yeah, it's still a one-goal game, though. So, don't get fooled, you know. Don't get fooled by shots on goal. Don't get fooled by height and weights. It just takes one good pass, and they've had two beauties already. They just need one more good pass, and it's going to be tied.
Icing on the Wolfpack, so we'll go back for a face-off to the left of the Park Cottage Grove goal.
I wonder if the height and weights have anything to do with head coach Dustin Vogel was saying was an undersized quarterback for Hastings Raiders, undersized hockey player for the hockey team when they play in the state tournaments. Maybe he likes the small guys.
Maybe. You can't measure the heart, and that's what matters now. Just past the halfway mark of the third period, 8:28 to go. 3-2 the score. And an offensive zone faceoff for Eastridge comes to naught. The puck comes out to center. Lance Conan plays it back in and then played down with a glove. And played down by Seamer as the puck comes into the Eastridge zone, and a face-off as Lanahan gets the glove on it with 8:10 left.
Lanahan's had a nice game today.
He has. He's made some tough stops.
He's in the 90% range. That's always good, right?
I'm sure he wouldn't mind the third one back, but that's a deflection by Kaplan. That's, you don't get much chance on that, but
two of them have been deflections.
Yes,
one by his own
two
teammate.
tip-ins. Yep. Face off to Lanahan's right, and the puck comes to the left point. Now Daly one time. So Lanahan with a pad save, and the rebound is chopped wide. And that was a chance for DeStasio. Now the puck to the right point. Here's a shot, and that goes off the defense by Daly and wide.
Daly's got a nice shot. He's very comfortable with shooting the puck, almost as comfortable as Dahlstrom, if that's possible.
And again, Park holds the zone. Fed off to the far side, and Sand plays it down low. And comes to the slot area. Here comes Eastridge back. Try to poke it through the middle, and they carry it over the line. Zuber. And he goes to the far corner before he is rubbed in against the boards, and Sand plays it around on the near side for DeStasio. 7.5 to go. Pass up the middle, picked off at center ice, and backhanded in by the Raptors, who chase it down. Daly go behind the net, pursued there by Schmitz. And now here comes Park back. DeStasio playing it into the zone. Goaltender missed the cutoff, and it comes to the near boards for Korkish. Now back behind, and the Raptors gain control. They try to chop it, and they do get it out and back into the Park zone as Moss rink wides. They go D to D, and now at center ice over the line is Schwartz, and then he lost it. It's played ahead, and there, if you have a flyer running there, maybe you got something, Tony, but it's right now they're just trying to clear their lines. Korkish backhands it over to the far side for Schwartz, and now backhander by Korkish is picked off, and the Raptors try to start back, and they got a slashing penalty coming here as Eastridge's Lance Conan had his stick slashed out of his hands. And heading to the penalty box is Caden Schwartz.
They're going to call that every time you slash a stick out of somebody's hands like that. And what do we got? We got 6 minutes 35 to go, and Eastridge down a goal. Do you think Dustin Vogel was saying would have taken this? I would have said, hey, you got a power play down by a goal. Would you take that? He would have taken it in a heartbeat.
10:25 for the third period. First penalty of the third period. Third power play for Eastridge. And this one's an important one with 6 minutes and 27 seconds to play. Raptors down the far wing. And they come in. Over to the near side. Picked up there by Halverson. And he feeds it down low. Up the slot. And a shot. Save made as the puck came to Dwyer, and he took the shot, and Halverson unable to hold it in. Well, Dwyer circling, 1:25 on the power play. Bratz over the line, top of the near circle, banks it off the wall, and it comes to Halverson. Looking, now feeding it over to the right. Here's a shot over the top by Dwyer, And now cleared towards the left point. Halverson plays it down the wall, intercepted. And here comes Dahlstrom. At man again over the line, looking for Korkish in front, and it comes on to Lanahan, and we'll get a face-off with 1:03 in the power play, and now Eastridge can get its number one line out, and they'll get the face-off in their zone.
Right now, that power play for Eastridge is way too content moving the puck around the perimeter. They're going to have to get that puck in low, get it down below the dots, and move the puck toward the net. Right now, they're not going to score on Aiden Miller. Aiden Miller is just coming out and attacking everything Eastridge has given him in the last couple of minutes.
Last minute of the power play. Just started a steal. Beg your pardon as I lose a lung. Puck comes out to center ice, and the Raptors start down the near wing. Here's Schmitz. Up the slot. Conan shoots right on. Lance Conan and Miller took that one right in the logo. And we'll get a face-off. 35 in the power play and 5:10 to play in the third. And we got a penalty here. As Blake Conan can't believe it. And there is a penalty on the Raptors. And it's on Schmitz.
I think Dustin Vogelsang has some choice words here. And I'll tell you exactly what he's saying. Gavin Moss came over, took a run at Schmitz, hit him hard, and you could call it a penalty, not a penalty, but it was a hard hit. You could hear the crash from up here in the 12th row, right? And I think Schmitz might have retaliated. And of course, they don't see the first hit.
No.
You see the second hit, and to the box goes Schmitz with 5:10 to go.
That is as old as hockey.
It is.
The first one.
And you know what? It's funny. I saw the first hit, but I didn't see the second.
4 aside for 33 seconds, and then a power play. And roughing is the call. And out to center it comes. 23 seconds remaining in 4-on-4 as Daly brings it in. Down the right side.
That was a big hit by DeStasio.
And now the Raptors pick it up. 12 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4, and they start up. Halverson plays it in. Now behind the goal on the far side, it runs all the way through to Korkish. And power play now for Park, their third. It will last 1:20. Korkish over the line, feeds it over to Gavin Moss, down to Korkish. Bank pass to the far boards to Schwartz. Ian Korkish work for it. And it's picked up now by Moss. Over to Dahlstrom, back over to Moss, a shot, and that was deflected. It wound up right on, and a save made as the puck caromed off the inboards right into the grasp of Lanahan.
Two good saves by Lanahan there.
Yep.
The first one's on a one-timer, and then the puck comes right off the boards back in his lap, basically. He had to cover that one up quickly.
Shots on goal are 18-4 in the third period for Park. And they have a power play that has a minute or so to run. It's picked up there. Korkish feeds the left point. And now here's Schwartz. Crisscrossing on the defense. Korkish fires and scores! And a power play goal for Park, and it's 4-2. Owen Korkish's second goal of the season. It is the second power play goal in a row for Park. They're 2 for 3 on the power play.
That's just a matter of attrition. You get that many good chances, that many shots on net, you're going to score.
So Korkish picks it up, and the time of the goal is 13 minutes on the snoot. And now I would think the reaction from the Eastridge bench would be less than pleased.
Correct.
As that penalty puts them shorthanded and now puts them 2 goals down with less than 4 minutes to go. Assists going to Schwartz and Dahlstrom.
That's Dahlstrom's
on the goal by
point of
Korkish.
the game. He's in the driver's seat right now for player of the game, wouldn't you say?
And now they pick it up, and a pass up the middle does not connect for Hank Hughes. And it's played back into the Eastridge zone to the right, and that's going to be icing on The Wolfpack will go back with 3:29 left and a 4-2 game. Eastridge took a 2-0 lead early in the second period, and it's been all park ever since.
So far, it's Adam Polachuk winning the Polachuk Bowl here tonight. 4-2. Their son Joe plays for Wisconsin, and they were winning over #1 Michigan State tonight.
Oh, and there's a
And
shot.
They won. They shut out
They did.
the vaunted Spartans.
So Joe Polachuk, of course, a fine defenseman at Hill Murray.
State champion. He prefers to be called state champion, Joe Polachuk.
Does he? Well, I wouldn't blame him for that.
Even though he didn't play in the state championship game, he was sick.
He had something to do with it.
He was sick, and they put him in the uniform in the last 20 seconds. He went down the locker room and jumped on the pile.
Over the line, here is Blake Conan shooting right on, and a save by Miller with 2:42 left. Face off in the Wolfpack end. Good live crowd here tonight, Tony. They have, as you mentioned, was a sellout, but it's been loud in here.
That Corkish goal took the wind out of the entire crowd. You could feel like the game is almost over. Hopefully the boys from Eastridge don't feel that. They're going to give it their fight, the final 2:40.
Here's Kaplan starting ahead. Moss over the line. Back to Kaplan in front. He shoots, and a save made by Lanahan as the puck comes out, and here comes Eastridge. Over the line, a little spinorama from Miller, and he goes down, or Hughes rather, as it comes to the right point. Good skill, but couldn't get a shot away. Now it's back out to center for Halverson with just over 2 minutes left. The puck left there, and here is Kaplan closing beside the net for Moss. Centers it blindly, and it's intercepted as they're going for the spectacular now, ahead by 2 goals, and is played back into the zone, and Dahlstrom back for it with 2 minutes left. And it's played into the East Ridge zone. Going back for it there is Schlebeck. Behind the net, comes around the right side, plays it ahead, and now East Ridge will have to circle. And here they come. Hughes over the line, stripped of the puck by Sand, and he clears it back to the East Ridge line. And the Raptors will set up for one more rush. Pass into the middle, comes all the way through, and here comes Blake Conan in. He takes a shot, and he hit the post. It goes out of play.
What a play by Blake.
Sometimes
He heel dragged that, stopped with his skates, which created a whole bunch of time and space for him, and fires off the crossbar into the netting. Not Blake's night tonight.
Nope, timeout for Eastridge. If you look at the replay on that, well, that's just pretty all the way around. And, I mean, the defender's doing what he's supposed to do. He's playing the pass, and Conan rings the crossbar, and puck winds up going out of play. So the timeout for Eastridge comes with exactly 1.5 minutes to go with an offensive zone faceoff. Would you expect Lanahan to be pulled here?
Yes,
I would
for
think
sure.
so.
You don't pull the goalie without that, you know.
Well, you got an offensive zone faceoff, and you might as well. What could it hurt? As Wolfpack now return the ice. Aiden Miller, 14 saves on 16 shots. Zane Lanahan now has 34 saves on 38 shots for the Raptors. He's played well, but 2 deflections have been the difference for the Wolfpack, who are trying to go to 2-1.
Speaking of the Big Ten, another team that plays in a small town called Dinkytown.
Yes.
They beat Michigan 6-0 today.
Puck comes out to center ice from the faceoff. The draw got pulled right past Blake Conan. And now Schmitz.
The Cottage Grove fans were chanting, "Who's your daddy?" And the reason they're saying that is because Cottage Grove has not lost to Eastridge in a long time.
And the puck comes over to the near side, deflected in by Schmitz, who will chase after it. Dahlstrom will get there first as we come up on the 1 minute mark. And the Raptors trying to find a way towards the net. Chopped over the top and comes around to the far side. After it there is Kramer. And now it runs to the boards. They play it down low. And behind the net to the near side, here's Emery Miller turning and shooting. And that goes wide with 45 seconds left. Follow. Ooh, that didn't miss by much as it went off the traffic. And now up the wall. Raptors get possession. They feed it across. And now here is Blake Conan feeding the right circle. Lance Conan, and that's off the defense. Lance behind the net, 27 seconds to go. Here's a shot, and that hit the water bottle.
Goal.
And that's a goal.
That was a goal.
That's Hank Hughes, and he puts it right up under the crossbar with 24 seconds to go. Eastridge gets a goal, and it's 4-3.
Hughes has had a great game tonight. What a shot from the left dot.
16:35, the time of the goal.
That's a first ever high school goal for Hank Hughes. 10th grader, a lot of 10th graders. We're calling a lot of 10th grader names tonight. Here's some names we've called a lot tonight. Bratz, Hughes, Schlebeck, Conan, Dwyer, Preemsberger. Those are all sophomores. They're going to make a dent in this rivalry in the next couple years.
Well, we got a timeout taken now by the Wolfpack with 24 and a half seconds to go in a 4-3 game. And both the Conans get assists, Lance and Blake. 16:35, the goaltender has to come in for the faceoff, but I'm sure we'll be looking to get to the bench.
This is what I don't understand, Jeff. Why is the goaltender in the net right now? He should not be in the net. There's 20 seconds left. Don't wait to see if you got it. You need that extra attacker right around that dot to pick up the loose change when it comes popping out of that faceoff. Never understood that one.
It's hard to argue with your logic.
It's a numeric thing. You have 20 seconds. You need the puck at center ice before you can do anything else. And if you got your goaltender sitting back there sucking on his Gatorade bottle, that's not the number you need. You need your number up.
So he can come halfway and probably will for the faceoff, but it still doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You need an attacker. Put another attacker in there.
For possession's sake, if nothing else.
Yes, you need possession of the puck. Yeah, there you go. All Thank you, Mr. Vogelgesang. Now you got 6 out there. Thank you.
So they are going to pull Lanahan again.
Sorry, I made a federal case out of that, and I won. At least I won.
Congratulations. All right, here we go.
See, that 24. Puck is down.
And it's
Didn't matter, but still, now they got the guy out.
18 seconds left.
They
Time for
go.
one rush. And the Raptors play it ahead. That's intercepted. And it winds up in front of their goal with 10 seconds to go. Now played to the middle for Schmitz. They get over the line with 3 seconds to go, but it won't be enough. And our Cottage Grove wins the game 4-3. Having scored 2 in the third, Eastridge with 1 goal in each period. They end up with 17 shots on goal for the game. 21-6 in the third period, the shots for Park Cottage Grove. The 2 for 3 on the power play, and they win it by 1. They did the small things well, Tony.
Yeah, they did. And, you know, when the first period ended, from the second and third period, what were the shots? 33-7 in the final 2 periods. Wasn't
10,
it? No,
33-10.
33-10 in the final 2 periods. That's impressive.
That is. But a young Eastridge team hung in there, pulled a goal back.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't quit at all night long.
Put themselves in a position to tie the game if they didn't actually do it, but they gave themselves a shot.
They definitely made things happen, no question about it.
Eastridge goes to 2-2 on the year, and Park, with the win, improves to 2 wins and 1 loss.
we're going to have player of the game Luke Dahlstrom interviewed in just a minute down on the ice with Marissa Voss. They're getting squared away with the helmets and the sticks and the cameras. As we do that, I got to thank everybody on our staff here at YHH for putting on another fantastic event, Friday Night Ice, here from Cottage Grove.
Oh, it's so much
We'll
fun.
go downstairs to Marissa Voss with Luke Dahlstrom, our player of the game.
Me, okay? Here we are, ice side. I'm Marissa Voss, joined by Luke Dahlstrom. Now, Park of Cottage Grove wins 4-3 over East Ridge. It was close towards the end, 4-3, they got one. How did this team manage to keep them at bay and get the W?
Yeah, in the locker room, we just stayed calm. Our coaches got us poised and nice and calm and controlled, and we just buried them. That's pretty much it.
It was in the second period. They were looking pretty strong, had that lead on you, and all of a sudden you go score 2 back-to-back goals, and you get the player of the game for Friday Night Ice. Walk us through your performance tonight.
Yeah, it started out a little rough, but we all came together and, stayed calm. And I just saw the open ice, and I saw the screen for the net, and it was a great screen, so just went in the back of the net.
And one more thing, let's talk about this team's performance right now on this ice. You fought back, you fought hard, and you scored a lot of goals. You had, obviously, Owen get into it, you get into it, Max as well. Talk about this team performance.
Yeah, we did great. We started to pick it up in the second and the third, and just started to bury the goals, and then the rest is history. There you go.
All right, thank you so much, Luke. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, that was Luke Dahlstrom. He was our player of the game for Friday Night Ice, presented by Luther Auto. We are going to go to break and hear from some of our lovely sponsors. Stay tuned for the rest of the highlights debriefing the game.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
Is your business ready to tackle today's IT and cybersecurity challenges? At Cyber Advisors, we specialize in keeping companies secure and running smoothly. From proactive cybersecurity solutions to 24/7 IT support, we're here to help. Visit cyberadvisors.com/hockey for a free discovery call.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Well, the streak continues, Tony. Park of Cottage Grove pulls off a 4-3 victory over East Ridge. It's the Wolfpack's 6th consecutive win over the Raptors. What'd you see from up top?
I saw a dominating performance by the Wolfpack tonight. They outshot them 33-10 in the final 2 periods. And hats off to East Ridge. They hung in there despite being completely outplayed in the last 2 periods.
They hung in there, but even when the Raptors scored to make it 4-3, it felt as though the air had already been sucked out of the building. Fans were heading toward the exit. Was there any chance that the Raptors were going to get that 4th goal?
I think one good faceoff. The faceoff ended up in their own zone. And one good faceoff, you never know. We've seen crazier things on YHH than a game-winning goal at 27 seconds or less, right?
Park of Cottage Grove with the 4-3 victory. 2 goals from our player of the game, Luke Dahlstrom. Max Kaplan scored early in the 3rd period. The eventual, well, it could even be the game winner at this point, but Max Kaplan scoring the third goal for the Wolfpack, and Owen Korkish putting a bow on everything with the fourth goal for the Wolfpack. Scoring for East Ridge tonight, Blake Conan, Matthew Kramer, and Hank Hughes had that late goal in the third period to make it 4-3.
I like this Hank Hughes kid.
You like Hank Hughes?
He had his
okay.
first goal tonight because they're flipping the puck in and out. So I'm assuming that's his first goal as a Raptor. But he just really played hard tonight, and he made some good plays. There's a lot of Hank Hugheses on this team. Well, sophomores with ability that can make plays. You got Lance Conan on the blue line. The future is very, 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 very bright for East Ridge.
And the future is bright for our player of the game, Luke Dahlstrom. What did you like about Luke's play tonight beside the 2 goals?
His confidence is what I liked the most. He was pinching when he could pinch. He was all over the place tonight on the ice.
He was everywhere. 2 goals tonight, as I said, our player of the game. And Tony, this is what high school hockey is all about. We have the Park at Cottage Grove students down here on the glass, and every time the Wolfpack scored, it was a full sprint to, I believe, the Park of Cottage Grove girls team. They seem to be celebrating harder than everybody else. What an atmosphere tonight for the Raptors and Wolfpack.
Hats off to that girls team, or all that band of girls. They were cheering all night. They were here. They were in full force tonight, even though it was a away game.
In away game in their own building for the Wolfpack. A wonderful advertisement for high school hockey tonight, a packed barn, and it just electricity coursing throughout the building. Could you imagine playing anywhere else right now?
No, this is fantastic. It was a lot of fun to watch.
It's got the blood pumping for everyone here at YHH. We are not signing off. I am well aware. 38-17, the final shots on goal. Goaltender Zane Lanahan with 34 saves tonight. What did you think of his performance in the loss?
He was fantastic. I thought he was the key to the game for the Raptors. He made some unbelievable saves. It was like as the pressure mounted, he got better.
I thought he did as well. We will throw it to a set of advertisements right now. We'll be back to cap tonight with a scoreboard show after a word from our sponsors.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
Hockey's a very unique sport. I would say it has this blend of toughness and athleticism, but by and large, really creativity. You have lots of great athletes, but you don't have lots of great hockey players, and the biggest separator is what they call hockey IQ, or intelligence, and that's the ability to really process information quickly, make decisions.
In life, we all need a little help to reach our summit. Whatever your summit looks like, it's easier to reach when your body is strong and healthy. At Summit Orthopedics, our team of highly specialized physicians listens to and values every one of our patients. We take a conservative approach to care to get you back to your healthy and active lifestyle. Reach your summit. Summit Orthopedics. Visit summitortho.com to make an appointment today.
Is your business ready to tackle today's IT and cybersecurity challenges? At Cyber Advisors, we specialize in keeping companies secure and running smoothly. From proactive cybersecurity solutions to 24/7 IT support, we're here to help. Visit cyberadvisors.com/hockey for a free discovery call.
Welcome back, folks. A little scoreboard show for you. Some scores around the state from the high school to the collegiate level. We'll start with the boys' high school on that side. Hermantown with a 4-0 win over East Grand Forks. You got a hot take on that one?
Well, it's a single-A win, and East Grand Forks has done nothing this year to even deserve a top 10 ranking.
No.
Do Bantam State titles 3 years ago give you a right to be top 10 ranked? That's all they've done.
I'm sure the Green Wave will find its way back to the winners column by the end of the year. Rosemount with a 10-2 victory over Lakeville North. The Rosemount Twitter was kind enough to stop counting after 10 goals there.
Yes.
Moorhead over Andover by a final score of 6-2. Carver Hasbargen with a hat trick. Mason Kraft with 3 points for the Spuds. Girls High School Bemidji over Alexandria by a final score of 5-2. It looks like the Lumberjacks will be the biggest challenge to Moorhead in Section 8 this season.
Don't forget about Roseau.
Don't forget about Roseau. I won't forget
You
about
and I are going to see Roseau in about 3 weeks.
Speaking of Moorhead, the Spuds tie Maple Grove tonight by a final score of 1-1. Taylor Crescent, 35 saves for the Spuds. Bella Prosser answers with 23 saves for the Crimson. Thief River Falls over Fergus Falls. Final score of 1-0.
That's on the girls' side.
It is on the girls'
That's a good
side.
win for the Prowlers.
Yes, it is. Moving on to the college end of things. NCAA men's Minnesota with a 6-0 victory over the University of Michigan.
Well, I picked Michigan to sweep the Gophers, so
You did.
I'm halfway home to 20 push-ups. If we in our sweep section on This Week in College Hockey, if your team gets swept, you got to do 20 push-ups.
Over under push-ups for Tony Scott at 8.5. I will take the under.
I'll take the over.
Oliver Moore with 3 assists in the win. Matthew Wood with 2 goals, and Connor Kurth with a
He
goal
was supposed to be hurt.
and 2 assists.
Good to hear that Matthew's healthy.
And scoring goals. Omaha and St. Cloud State University tied 3-3 in the third period. We do not have a final on that one yet, at least not the last time I checked the scoreboard. Michigan Tech with a 2-1 victory over the University of St. Thomas. Michigan State and Wisconsin going at it. Wisconsin 4-0.
Big win
over
for the
Michigan
Badgers.
State. Former Bantam Elite League most valuable player Quinn Finley with 2 goals tonight for Wisconsin. Tommy Scarfoni with a 26-save shutout.
Where was Finley from? Like Similac or something like that?
Suwamico, Wisconsin. One of those towns
God, we
that
just
I'm not
nerded
sure if
out
they're
there.
I'm not sure if they're real or not. They sound made up to me. On the women's side in college hockey, Minnesota 5-0 over St. Thomas. Josephine Bouveng, Abby Murphy with 2 goals apiece, and Chloe Primerano with a goal. University of Minnesota Duluth and St. Cloud State play to a 1-1 tie. Olivia Mobley, the lone goal scorer for the Bulldogs. Shots on goal very low in this one, 23-15 in favor of the Bulldogs.
Okay, that's a big. Those two teams are just, top 10 type teams. That's a good game.
It's like watching 2 bulldozers bang into each other for 3 hours. Wisconsin 2-1 over Minnesota State University Mankato. The Mavericks put a scare into the top-ranked Badgers.
That is impressive. The Mavericks are definitely coming on. New coach, new life. A lot of Minnesota kids in that team. If you're going to pick a team to cheer for in Minnesota, the Mavericks are my team.
Now, we are certainly fans of the Mavericks. We're a fan of all teams.
Yeah, but I like the ones. The more Minnesotans, the more I like you. That's my rule of thumb.
That's our sliding scale there.
Exactly.
Speaking of sliding scale, it looks like the arena staff is putting the final touches on sweeping up the popcorn, the empty cups. Everybody has left the building except for us. That sounds like a good time for us to call it a night. From everyone here at YHH on the Friday Night Ice production team, we thank you for giving us a few hours tonight. We hope you enjoyed tonight's product, and we will see you in mid-January for Hibbing, Chisholm, and Hermantown. Is that right, Mr. Scott?
That is correct. Hibbing Memorial Building, the best building in Minnesota, will be doing our first ever Friday Night Ice there. It's going to be a blast.
Thank you once again for joining us, everyone. Good night.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved. I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
Is your business ready to tackle today's IT and cybersecurity challenges? At Cyber Advisors, we specialize in keeping companies secure and running smoothly. From proactive cybersecurity solutions to 24/7 IT support, we're here to help. Visit cyberadvisors.com/hockey for a free discovery call.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom Hockey